Hello everyone, and welcome to Bioshock, where... Okay, it's not even... Stream starts on already technical difficulties. It is not recognising the Elgato. Give me a moment. I just... No idea. Yes, smile Bioshock Uno, still. if I can get the blooming capture card to actually work. Oh joy, I know, right. Oh, there we go. Well, that seems like it's definitely working. Fingers crossed it stays like this. As in, you know, working, not as not, you know, black screens. And let's hope that the fixes I did with Dark Souls also stay up. I say fixes, I reset the capture card. Look at me, Mr. Tech Support over here. Right. It's defo horror game music and the violin screeching. It really is. I mean, Bioshock definitely does feel more like a horror game. At least the first one does anyway. Which, you know... Oh yeah! I'd wholly forgotten about that. I was just thinking, okay, so where did we leave off in the game? Right there. Yeah, so we've gotten part of the compound to unlock, well, reverse the mind control, but at the same time we've, you know, lost the ability to control our plasmids. Forgot about that gimmick, so did I, Mal. Completely forgot about that. But, you know, it's not too bad, because I don't really use them that much. Would you kindly pack it in, plasmids? Yeah, but sadly the would you kindly phrase no longer works on us. So, I don't know, would that actually happen? I literally just said, would you kindly, and then it, you know, switches to telekinesis. Brilliant. Hello, Ed. Welcome to Bioshock. Unfortunately, for you know, not having seen Bioshock before, this is kind of late in. Like, it's definitely past the midway point. Ooh. Oh. And what better way to start the stream off than by photographing a Big Daddy? Because apparently this combined with Pokemon Snap and they had a weird baby together. Oh, okay, I had forgotten about that. Let's just let the Bioshock, the Big Daddy, deal with 3 people attacking him. Stop them my way. You're supposed to be fighting a Big Daddy. Coward. Oh. Cyclone Trap. Okay. You know what? There, at his feet. I have never used Cyclone Trap before in my entire life. Oh, but that was worth it. You just know someone saw... or something they need telekinesis for, and wait like 20 minutes to cycle to it. Oh yeah. Whee! He's looking at me as if he's expecting me to do something. Well, I am kind of. Eat it. I thought you were supposed to be an elite. Cancelled out of doing the animation by my plasmid changing. Well programmed, guys. Oh, and it's the gross security balls I want as well.
Thank you, mister.
Oh, we're in for a trip. No rescuing for me. Apparently not. You want to rescue little sisters? No, never. You shall not go to the rescue ball. Oh. Wasn't even trying to be sneaky there. Oh, at least that's a semi-useful plasmid. I don't care enough to do that. I've kind of realised that, you know, because I'm just basically doing mostly a storyline playthrough for the benefit of doing all 3 Bioshock games in succession. I don't really need to do all the gimmicks like, you know, hacking everything in sight. What's this? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Aha! Plasmid was actually worth it! How did you not get alerted by that? I froze him in place, you know, shot him with a shotgun shell, and then, you know, killed him. I don't even know. Oh, I've got no film. That might be why it wasn't working. You know, I'll just die. I used the last of my film capturing pictures of the Big Daddy and the little sister. It's fine. Hope everyone's doing well. I am doing really well, Ed. Thank you very much. I've had a good sleep. Well, it was more of a nap. I had a normal coffee before I went for a nap, and I've had a ultra strong coffee after a nap. Oh! One electric buck. It's not going to be enough to take down the Big Daddy. Oh, but look, Electro Bolt 3. Yeah. Armor piercing. Zap him again. Oh, come on! Oh, that was a little unfair. Zap him again. There we go. That's working as planned. That's all little sister's taken care of this level. Convenient. I know, right?
What can I really do for these little ones? I am tainted by sin. But you, perhaps you unlock a future for them that I cannot even imagine. A little one heads your way with a gift. Please be careful.
There is a Gatherer's Garden near there, right there. Let me just search the gun first. Yeah, it did actually spawn her with the gift.
It's too dangerous to re-engineer your plasmids in the state containers put you in. You'll just have to make do with what you have.
I mean, she's not wrong there. Or Adam. Prolific Inventor. Whether you invent an item, you get twice as many as normal. That's kind of useful. I just, don't use things much. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Emoto. I mean, at the same... That just reminds me, Emoto, we were talking yesterday about how to best stream the Bloodborne co-op tomorrow, me and Mal. And we got to a point of thinking, well, yes, we could do it, we each are streaming our own thing, and then, people have to come in and, watch both streams at once. Which, is fine for most people, but then thought of you and your 20 open tabs on Firefox. Like, Twitch doesn't like you having 20 tabs open with one Twitch tab. Can you imagine trying to watch both? Your computer would probably try to jump off a cliff. Hypnotize Big Daddy too. That wouldn't have been all that useful. Might be useful later on, but it won't be because I've never used that plasmid in my entire life. I don't have any other. Just die. Speaking of which, your dad said he's going to move the internet box closer, and next week you should be getting a Wi-Fi booster. Oh, nice! So hopefully you'll have a more of a decent internet connection. Oh yeah, I can't do anything about this thing, can I? I've actually got to blow it up. I can't hack it. Hack that though. 10PC jumps out window. Bye. Oh, I might just get a buy out. So your stream may or may not happen. You'll at least be getting to the party to at least play with you. That'd be cool. It'd be good to finally, we've been teasing people with doing Bloodborne co-op for what, about 4 weeks now at least. It'd be good to actually finally get to it. It has been through no fault of anyone's. Last week we would have done it, but we kind of got caught up in doing Remnant. That's just creepy. No, I don't like it. That's it. Much better. Creepy corpses. Oh. Mal and Malk's Bloodborne streams is the Half-Life 3 of streams. It really is. You know what? I'm just going to get some damage bonus against you. I was going to say, how did you survive that? Thankfully he didn't. I mean, then again, you know, we've been teasing the existence of our streams, which is a lot more than you can say for Half-Life 3. That got teased, you know, it's possibly going to happen. Oh look, here, have Half-Life 2 Episode 1. I'm like, okay, yeah, we want Half-Life 3. Yeah, it's coming, it's coming. But here, enjoy Half-Life Episode 3.2. Like, or 2.1, I don't know. But yeah, they just basically kept on doing little expansions without actually calling it Half-Life 3. So, I don't know. I like cigarettes. Oh, got some film. 2 pieces of film. Great. Oh, actually. Oh, cycling truck in. So how long until I've beaten this game? I actually don't know. I can't remember how close I am to the end. I think there's like this, and then maybe 2 areas afterwards. That's true. Moto's saying, I mean, if you get around to it, I'm definitely going to try to force your PC to do the thing. Oh dear. Oh dear. I mean, it is completely possible to have 2 streams going at once. I've done it. Like, the number of times I've been watching Tear of Grace stream, and then Warframe has been streaming at the same time. I was like, I'll just have Warframe in another window and have it on very, 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 very low volume. Oh yeah, what's Sujon's thing? Security balls, I no thanks. Yep, nope. So, you know, it is possible. I just, you know, I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not for you, Moto. Try to tell your PC about that? Yeah, that's true. That worked better than I was hoping for. But yeah, so... yeah. Watch both of our streams at once. How can that possibly go wrong? Oh! Have you ever thought about closing some tabs, bookmarking them for future use? I've had that conversation with Emoto already. She will not. Okay, not... I wonder, electric gel, will that pause you? Oh no, it just killed you. Whoops. I think your PC would disown you if it could. Also, yes, but no reasons. Basically, she and I are the same with regards to tabs and all that. It's just I'm on a much smaller scale of it than she is. Like, I have to have certain tabs open at pretty much all times, and they have to be open in a certain order. So whereas I have to have Facebook, then Twitter, then Gmail, and then whatever else, like, you know, if I'm doing something else with watching media, or I've got stream elements set up, that's where the 4th tab will be. It's just Emoto does that on a lot more tabs and a lot larger scale than I do. Medical Expert. I don't use Medical Expert. I mean, it's kind of nice when you do it in hard mode, but this is not hard. It's really not hard mode at all. Just... you just bookmark things, you make things easy. I do too. Like, I used to be, when they first introduced the idea of having tabs on browsers, I was so against it that I refused to do it. I just had multiple internet windows, like, you know, sane people did at that time. Like, you know, I need to have different things open at once. It's like, I don't know, I just have each one in a different window, it's fine. Oh, yeah. Hello, Suchong.
Clinical trial protector system, Plasmid lot 255. Dr. Suchong, client Ryan Industries. Very frustrating day. I can't seem to get the damn big daddies to imprint on the little brats. The protection bond is just not forming. Get away. Maybe if I modify the genetic sequence. Shush. Sequence to allow for. Get away, you filthy little shit! What? What are you doing? Get back! Get back!
And that's how Suchong died. He did, he found what links them, yeah, he did. So you know. Oh yes. Gulp. Better.
Now you are having freedom. Suchong's drugs should have no hold on you. Take the bathysphere to Point Prometheus. It is time for this matter to be settled.
Ah, yeah, Point Prometheus. So, this is, as I recall, the last area that I'm heading to now. How did he not... Well, he lost a lot of health, but he just walked through that trap and did not care that he got most of his health taken away by an electric shock. Just fly that out. Yes. Fly you out as well. Yeah, Point Prometheus, as I recall, is the final area of this game. I could be wrong, there could be another one after it, but I'm pretty sure it's Point Prometheus. Storyline things happen in Point Prometheus, and then we're on to the final boss. Typical Monday for him, yeah. He's clearly used to getting electric shocks in his normal daily life, so, you know, no kink shaming. From 50 random plasmids to 4. Yep. Also, sorry that you're quiet, you had to deal with some stuff. Oh, don't worry about it. Let's hope that, you know, whatever's... Oh, Jesus. Oh, there's the enemies. Hope whatever you had to deal with is either dealt with or in a state where it's not an issue for you. I was trying to think of the most supportive way to put that to put that while simultaneously killing things. There's the camera. Oh, that's a thing as well. Adam denies you an excuse, I think. Not like I need money anymore. Yeah, I know. To be fair, I've not really needed money for most of the game. I can't bloody see what's going on. Oh, why did you put a flashback in the middle of a fight scene? Oh, that was the worst coding idea ever. It might pop up again, but you generally hope they leave you be so you can watch me. I appreciate the dedication to watching my stream, Ed, but real life happens. I'm not going to ever give anyone a hard time because real life is getting in the way of them enjoying my streams.
But laying all your chips on Mother Goose.
He ain't happy.
Like you never been double-crossed before.
No, checkpoints before the unskippable cutscene is the worst coding. That's true. That's really true.
We'll discuss this like men.
Gotta love how, like, the moment one issue on your body stops hurting, something else comes up. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm familiar with that one. Like, so, for people who were here last stream, the headache that I had, it's kind of still there, but it's changed. Like, the headache last night was basically like it felt like a spike was being driven into one part of my head. About there, specifically. It now feels like pretty much the whole top of my head has just been smacked with a sledgehammer. So it's gone from a very, very direct and painful thing to just being an all-over dull throbbing. So it's better. It's just, annoyingly still there. Point Prometheus. Oh, no, we have got one area after Point Prometheus, apparently. Ah, yeah, I think the final area is just literally boss fight. Which is weirdly designed, but I can kind of see why they did it as well. But yeah, we've got things to do in Point Prometheus before we can go and face the final big bad. So, considering that I've been streaming for literally 20 minutes... Well, 21... I'm quite confident that we're actually going to move on to Bioshock 2 tonight, which is going to be interesting. And also because this is all part of the same series. Thanks.
Alright. You looking to slug it out? I'm game. But I got all the atom in the city, pal. And I ain't shy about you. Now, I'm Jake to take her out for a spin.
What is this you wait for? Go and get this idiot!
But yeah, as this is all part of the same stream series, there's not really much reason to do a break in between, and make it into two different stream videos. So when I finish this, we're just going to go straight into Bioshock 2. There's no additional installation needed because the Bioshock remaster is just both games in one. Moto has had the worst shoulder soreness for the past few days with an on-off headache. Now your shoulders aren't painful anymore, now your lower back hurts, like the parts where you injured yourself in the past. Ah, yeah, gotta love spine injuries. Even if they're minor, they just always crop up. He's got all the atoms, so what? He's got super strength, etc. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's got super strength, he's got all the plasmids, he's really jacked up on atoms. Yeah, works for me. I have one shotgun shell left. Let's switch to this. Oh, there's 3 little sisters. There are actually little sisters in this. Oh.
Trout, you keep on coming, and Rapture's a fish tank.
Shite! You let him get away!
I did no such thing letting him get away.
Of course. This will be no problem. Find a Big Daddy and search his body. I would suggest you to be finding a dead one.
Oh look, there's a very conveniently placed dead Big Daddy. Right next to a weapon upgrade thing. So, we're just going to upgrade a weapon first. There's not really anything that I need anymore. I might as well get that. Rapture is already a fish tank. It is. It's just a leaky fish tank. Suit control system. Oh, you can't even see the goal, thanks to my face cam. New goal, become a Big Daddy.
One of turning you into one of those disgusting Big Daddies. The only way to get through that door Fontaine went through is to have a little one open it for you. They will only trust you with you look like, sound like, and even smell like one of those big stinking brutes.
See, there's a loophole there. There's a loophole in that logic. Yes, okay, it's a good idea, but at the same time, Mrs. Tenenbaum, sorry, Dr. Tenenbaum, why not just do the whole thing of, find a Big Daddy with a little sister, kill the Big Daddy, rescue the little sister, and then have her go and open the door? Because, she's done, I've had little sisters do that for me before, like when I was leaving Tenenbaum's lab. But I suppose, they've got to do it in case, you're the kind of person who harvests all the little sisters. Emoto demonstrated a judo roll for her fiance and miscalculated where the carpet ended. So when I wanted to roll off your back, like imagine a fantasy somersault basically, landed on the edge between carpet and hardwood floor, and one of your vertebrae just hit the ball like snap. Oh! Ow! Hello, Callie. Welcome to what is pretty much near the end of Bioshock. Time to get the Big Daddy Musk. You had to say it like that, man.
Where do you think
You
you're
had
going?
to.
You need to become a big daddy before you are able to draw out the little
What do you mean, where you think I'm going? I've got no... that was a dead end. Oh.
Atlas is a friend of the parasite. Don't be a friend of Atlas.
Cassie is coming down. With what? Rabies? Feral weaken. Search nearby, that's what I need. Right. Become a big daddy. Smell like a big daddy. Sound like a big daddy. Look like a big daddy. Inside Little Wonders Education Facility, you can find the means to make yourself smell like a big daddy. Right, so let's go to Little Wonders thing. This bit. Suddenly I'm completely devoid of all objective markers. It's fine. I'll be fine! Oh, yes, you're alive still. Not for long. Easy mode. So easy that I can use anti-personnel bullets against a mechanical and still come out on top very easily. I'm pretty sure also, now looking at it, that Callie meant to type in Feral Weekend rather than Weekend. You die in easy mode. Yeah, but that's the thing. The beauty of the the beauty of having the Vita Chambers enabled. You can never fully die. You know, unless you're going for the achievement that I did. You know, having big brass balls. And yes, the achievement is actually called Big Brass Balls. Really? Oh, there's another one. Oh, and there's Big Daddy as well, I just heard. But also, we've established this, Callie, like, yes, you die in easy mode on these, in these games. Because, yes, you're not the best at first-person shooters. But give you something like Civilization or real-time strategy mode, and oh wow, you are a beast at those. Right, so what's going to be the best to take you down with? Hi, you're pointing at me. Nah, eat electric gel. Oh, that did not do anywhere near as much damage as I wanted it to. And you're dead. There we are. I'm doing this while standing on the rivet gun. So, you know, I'm doing this in style. He's just standing there. Okay. Rivet gun just sat there. That's just creepy. Another detonator's commentary. Okay. And of course, you know, how much is that doggy in the window just playing in the background and generally making it creepy. Adding to the creepy factor.
Welcome to the circus of value.
It's actually cheaper overall to use an auto hack and then buy the auto hacks back.
Welcome to the circus of value.
He got gang attacked by little sisters. Yeah. Safecracker 2. Big Daddy pheromone sample. Oh, it's even got a little spritzer sound with
You'll
it.
only be glad I am nowhere near you and that awful stink.
Thanks,
Why the
Tenenbaum.
little ones are drawn to the smell of those pheromones is beyond anything I can understand.
Carnival music is creepy. It is. But yeah, that's just circuits of value vending machines. Alright, we now smell like a Big Daddy. So now I need to sound like one and look like one. Spritz sound on a conical flask with no lid. I know, right? I just carry a perfume diffuser around with me at all times. Emoto screams in multitasking hell. That's self-inflicted, Emoto. Right. What's... Oh, I need to find 2 more samples. Right. Right. Oh, that's just cruel. If you press the Big Daddy button, it gives you potato chips. If you press the human button, it zaps you. I just don't even. Beyond creepy. Health's full already. That was beyond creepy. Ah. More spritzer noises from, again, conical flask with no lid. Emoto says, no it isn't, you can't pick when your RP partners are online, and you can't pick when I stream. And since you're familiarly obligated to Emoto whenever you stream, here you are. Hey. It's still, you know, on your own shoulders, Emoto. Oof. Couldn't even buy that one out.
Welcome to the circus of value.
Here's more electric bark for dealing with Big Daddies. There we go. I now smell like a Big Daddy.
A good start. Now you need only to find the bodysuit and the voice box from the other labs, and you will be a proper brute. Get moving.
It helps when Yoshi doesn't call me a brute.
Playing a bad hand, kid. You're just too spliced to smell it. Roll on back to Mother Goose now, or everything's gonna go busto.
I'm sorry, I'm too spliced up. I'm too spliced up. Excuse me. The one who claims to have all of the Adam. Yeah. Imagine Big Daddy Pheromones is just a lot of sweat, like strong I work at a construction yard and never shower sweat. Yeah. Sadly, yeah, I definitely agree with that. I'm just gonna, you know, smell like a Big Daddy even more, even though I didn't need to.
It is amazing to watch the effect of Adam on their small bodies. Their own cells replaced by the cells they are damaged.
Should probably stop buying stuff out now, because I've only got $97 left.
It is a shame you could not do the same thing to an adult. There would be quite a market for a man you could not kill.
Let's actually do a proper hack on this one then. No. There. And you'll be a proper brute. Not sure if it was just a voice modification work or she actually said it like she wanted to get more acquainted with a brute. Oh, I can actually use these again. Health upgrade, yeah. But E upgrade, yep. Anything else I actually care about? Incinerate 3. That can work. Actually, that could work. Everything else I don't really need. Don't really need any of this stuff. Oh well. I have lots of atoms. Actually, I might as well just buy plasmid slots. I don't have that many plasmids. Right, okay, so where can I go to sound like a Big Daddy? Optimized eugenics. Armored escorts is where I go to look like a Big Daddy. Okay, so I go to optimized eugenics first. Oh yeah, audio diary.
Fontaine is dead. Bad for Fontaine. Good for Suchong. Play hard to get it for a bit. Then Mr. Ryan get hungry for me. Tenenbaum gone, Fontaine gone. Suchong only one who know all about little sisters. Like I said, it's very good for Suchong.
Come on. Be enough. Oh, yes it is. Going to go up to another research level. Yes! Maximum research bonus. Fontaine is dead. Boy, were you wrong. Yep. Fontaine faked his death and became Atlas.
Sound like one of those Big Daddies. Repulsive creatures.
Oh, I have to get decontaminated, but he doesn't. Sure. That's fair. Oh yeah, there's two still sisters, and that's one of them. You can't hear daddies anymore. What not after last night's stream with, you know, Frieda and her daddy. Ow! Oh, that was painful. They're still trivial. Fine. Live subject testing. There's nothing alive in those things.
So stuck up. I'll show you what happened to them stuck up pipes.
I can still hear one of those splicers.
You think turning yourself into one of those tin men is a two-way street? The crowd's holding auditions for the Frankenstein parade, and you're first in line.
Meh. Voice modification machine.
Look at you. We will make Big Daddy out of you yet, I think. But there's only one piece missing. The bodysuit.
That looks painful. Yeah, they could have made that be a lot more immersive and a lot more painful if they'd done like a small little mini clip of, you know, you stepping forward and then seeing the thing, you know, burrow in just under the viewpoint. That would have been amazing if they did that. Because, you know, first-person shooter, you can really get people a lot more immersed in the game. Like, in Quake 4 when you get strogified. Oh man, that's difficult to watch.
Really got a hooked into you. You can knock Ryan all you want, but the old man was big
yummy.
on one point of fact. You won't even walk till somebody says go.
What's the plot of this game? Let's see, best way to explain it would be you start off on a plane that goes down in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. You find a lighthouse, you swim over to it. The lighthouse takes you to the underwater city of Rapture, where everywhere's gone to pretty much hell in a handbasket. And you're basically taught how the way Rapture works. It's basically kill or be killed. You learn how the Little Sisters work with getting hold of Adam. And along the way you basically start finding out that the best way to get through Rapture and get out alive is to kill the owner, well, the previous owner, Andrew Ryan, at the advice of your new best friend and only guide, Atlas. Things get a little bit convoluted after there, and I won't spoil what's happened in there because there is quite a large twist that is very worth watching. But it's a very, very fun game, and it's very much... It takes after its namesake in the fact that it's very much feeling like System Shock.
Look around you, kid. You think two-bit heroics count for a fig in this pit? You're staring down the puke stain of Ryan's busted dream. You think there's something worth
Yeah, it's...
down here? Then you deserve to go.
As I said, you know, it's... To be fair, actually, seeing as you missed out on seeing the big twist and reveal of the game, this actually isn't a bad place to be watching it. Why does everyone say Big Daddy so weirdly? Stop saying it with Slider Razzle voice actors. Maybe that's just you projecting, Mal. You ever thought about that? Maybe you're just projecting and, you know, you're finding out a bit about yourself there. Grenade launcher damage increase. Don't even use it. Possibly. Hey, at least you're open to the thought. Don't worry, I'm a professional as he tried to push a gurney into me.
Don't be a friend of Atlas.
That's subject storage. I don't even know why I'm still exploring this area. I've done everything I need to do really in here, so... So I'm just gonna go and become a Big Daddy properly. As far as you know, you don't have a daddy kink. You know, very, very powerful words there, as far as you know.
Shame things turned out this way, kid. You and me could have run the table in this place. Now there's nothing left for you but a long, cold night.
Shame things turned out this way. You're the one who did this, Fontaine. Like, literally everything about this, the situation I'm in, is because of Fontaine.
After Ryan takes this place, here is where they build their filthy golems and frightens them. Find the pieces of the suit. Guide them.
Okay, so what is it I actually need for this Big Daddy suit? Helmet, bodysuit, and boots. Cool, because I think I already got the suit control system. No, you two couldn't. You literally told him to get stepped on by Big Daddy before even asking if the mind control wanted to join you. Exactly. Exactly. Split personality. Yeah, basically he's been using Adam to genetically enhance himself so much, he's kind of lost the plot. So he's making things up now pretty much, and so to the point where he believes his own gibberish.
I'd turn tail if I were you, kid. Ain't nothing here for you but tears.
Big Daddy helmet. says rosy as if there's any other choice. They're all rosy helmets. And now we have fishbowl mode.
Makes a good start. Now you go to find a bodysuit and a pair of boots.
I mean, you know, it's increased my FOV, so I can now see my, you know, stylish, snazzy sweater arms. Although, really, this new FOV is really messing with me. And the wonderful thing that you may or may not hear, you may not pick up on, but the sounds like the groans that your character makes when he gets damaged. Now that I've got the Big Daddy voice modulator, I sound like a Big Daddy when I'm hit. I feel like the helmet would have been easier to put on with the rest of the suit and look less stupid. Yeah, it really would. Oh look, there's a bodysuit.
Don't fucking judge me.
This is where you find bodies.
25% resistance to all damage. Something tells you that you'll need it. It's almost like you're telling me I'm gearing up for a boss fight.
Look at you. You look just the same as those. Oh, what things we have done. What things? Now the boots.
I had a little sister.
Atlas is a friend of the parasite. Don't be a friend of Atlas.
Ooh, I want to get into there. Your arms are still the same. I know. Because you imagine you sweater vest, jeans, and just a helmet. Yep. And now, as you said, very rightfully pointed out, I've donned a bodysuit, but I haven't actually changed in appearance. Because apparently, that was not something they thought to implement. Why? Are they testing to see if the Big Daddy suits, you know, are flame resistant?
Lady, run off!
Fair
I
enough.
can control myself.
I can control myself, he says, just before charging at me. Sure you can. It's a good thing to test. It is. Admittedly. There you are. There's the little sister. I will take that first. One armor piercing round left. Do I have any... Oh, I've got plenty of electric butt. You are the last little sister in the game, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's the last one in this area at the very least. It is probably... I'm fairly certain that's the last one in the game, because I don't think the last area has any little sisters. But yeah, that is now me having rescued every single little sister in the game. Also, why are there kids down here? They are the only ones who are able to gather Adam, which is the substance that helps people, well, makes people able to alter their genetic structure. So they were turned into basically hosts of this parasite which creates and stores Adam. And they're used to gather it en masse. Oh, there you go, Mal's also on it. Used to be a city, so children would be born and then get turned into little sisters. Yep, that's pretty much it. Like, initially, Rapture was supposed to be a entirely self-sufficient society, completely cut off from the rest of the world, where they could prosper on their own. Then people got vain, selfish, greedy, and started killing each other, because Adam was invented, or found, and people started splicing up, going nuts, and then, yeah, just killing each other. No, he's not a good guy. There's nothing good about what Ryan does or did. Can't wait till Big Sisters turn up so you can get a certain thing from the Helsinger Bridge. Begins with Y, ends with a vengeance. That's in future games. It's in the next game. You know, which we may actually get around to starting.
Could I have made mistakes? One does not build cities if one is guided by doubt. But can one govern in absolute certainty?
I have no idea where the boots are. They're
They're
somewhere in this area. And there's loads of audio logs as well.
But the city, it's collapsing before my eyes. Have I become so convinced by my own beliefs that I have stopped seeing the truth? Perhaps. But Atlas is out there, and he aims to destroy me and destroy my city. To question is to surrender. I will not question.
I think I can hear the objective sound.
A terrible day. Japanese kill every man in my city, except for Suchong. Suchong have opium. Very good opium. This war, terrible thing too. But not for
Not
Suchong.
from the main hall.
Everyone's scared now. Everyone's
Can't take no induction.
All the little sisters gonna make.
You will not surrender unless you will die in ignorance, Ryan. Yeah.
Corpses. Suchong knows a way to recycle Adam from corpses, but can't send a little sister out the street unprotected. Suchong must think on this.
Is that a plasmid that I've missed? Ah, there's a plasmid I've missed. I might as well replace Hacker's Delight with Hacker's Delight 3. I can't believe that plasmid was sitting there the entire time next to where I actually picked up this helmet. And I didn't realise. Suit assembly? I don't know. Maybe? Oh, it should be, really. Version 8, I've just been there. I really cannot remember where the boots are. Down here, maybe? Actually, quite possibly down here, because this is probably the only place I haven't gone.
Our choices
Nope.
make us.
The reason I haven't gone down there is because you can't go down there. I'm kind of lost. I thought if anywhere, this would be a good place for the boots to be. But maybe I just, you know... Maybe I got myself turned around and never actually went further. Legs must be killing you. Imagine carrying all that weight with just normal legs. Yeah. That must be nasty. Well, it's definitely not in here, because I'm pretty sure incinerators never needed progress. You know, up to, until the part where you actually get it, anyway. I can hear explosions.
But Ryan, cheap son of a bitch. You can no reuse protector suit. Pagan man graft the skin and organs straight into suit. Otherwise, your suit not work. Ryan say Big Daddy too expensive. Ryan can go suck an egg.
Ryan can go suck an egg. Brilliant. Brilliant, Suchong. This looks slightly promising. Oh, whoops. Strong plasmid. There. Ryan can go suck egg. Yeah. Oh, best thing ever. There we are. Oh no, wait. Missing boots.
The boots. I was sure the boots would be here. Oh, shit.
You know, you should be thanking me. I brought you here. I showed you who you are. Nobody
See, when he let me have the gloves. I want Big Daddy gloves. Did she just say Splicer? She did. It's the second time she said it.
God damn it. The Big Daddy boots need to be shipped here, not the damn library.
Library.
What kind of idiot is Ryan hiring nowadays? This kind of bullshit never happened on the Fontaine.
Find the Big Daddy boots in the library. Ooh. Actually, do I want to... Yeah. Auto hack it. And then build 4 auto hack tools. Oh, get loads more of those. Some of that. Loads more of it. And what? I went a bit overkill on the armor piercing rounds. It's fine though, it's fine. Mal says, so you came along, I wasn't having an existential crisis about who I am, what I control in my life, etc. Mr. Fontaine. Yeah, it's all our fault. Every single bit of it is our fault. Clearly. I'll need to go and find where the friggin' library is. Yes, decontaminates me. Oh, I am so full of contaminants. Oh, yes. All the blood. Oh, all the blood. Ick. Ew. Oh, yeah, there's the gift. I forgot about that. Another 200, madam, and then I can't use any of the rest of it. Right, so, let's try and find where the... There we are, genetic modification library. That was easy. Probably switch to anti-personnel. I'm going to be fighting it. Humans. Okay. Fail-safe armor escorts. I went... So I started off in the library. So where in this whole thing is... I have severe confusion. Right. This main hall. Ah, there we are. Mendel Memorial Library. It's got to be in here then. Oh. Am I actually being fired at? Yes, I am. I'll attack you. What's that? Oh no, it's a security camera. Boots! Boots! Big Daddy Boots!
Yes. Now this is a Big Daddy. Are you ready? Now go to the Little Sister vent by the proving grounds.
Things I actually sound like a Big Daddy when I'm walking now. It's kind of cool. Now he's just being insulting for the fun of it. You're a dick, Fontaine.
You need to bring them out of hiding and then they'll let you in the door. Go on, hit the vent with your wrench.
Right. So this. So yeah, Little Sisters are immortal, and yes, I have a health bar on mine.
With your wrench. On the better. It would mean very much to me if you will be gentle with the girl. Ein kleines Mädchen.
You've been calling them little ones this entire time, Tenenbaum. Why is it just now that you're calling them that in German? It's almost as if, you know, the voice actor remembered towards the end, like, oh yeah, she's supposed to be German, let's throw some German words in. Proving grounds. Yeah, this is the lead up to the final fight, so we're nearly there. She sensed Moto was listening. Yep, I'll go with that. Quick, must throw out some authentic German. Must prove that it is actually a German voice actor. Or at the very least, someone who knew German wrote the lines. Be gentle with her girls, Mac. Aww. Damn it, Mal.
The little ones will leave you, Fontaine. But you must protect them.
That's creepy. She's calling me Mr. Bubbles now.
Hop, hop, Mr. B. No time to waste.
That's it, kid. It's been a long road. You don't even remember most of it.
fine. These events, you know, where I can get new little sisters if I need them. Can't go back to your life, not with the new voice. I don't know. With this new voice, I could become a very, very talented death metal singer. I really wish they would have actually, you know, given me the Big Daddy suit on. Yeah, instead of just, you know... What did I do before putting the Big Daddy suit up? Did I roll up the arms or something? Angels don't wait for slowpokes. You're the one moving very, very slowly.
I really wound you up with that wife and child bit. Oh, me poor Moira. Baby, wee baby Patrick. Maybe one day I'll get me a real family. They play well with the suckers.
Who is Atlas? A fraud. Child, can you move any faster at all, please? Well, at the very least, she does not set off the cameras. Well, use not back on them. Subject 1. I wonder, is Fontaine even his real name?
Look, Mr. Bubbles.
That, as much as I know, yes. His actual identity is and always has been Frank Fontaine.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. Bubbles. Angels don't wait for slowpokes.
And of course, suddenly, every splicer is suddenly drawn to the sound of, oh look, a little sister must be gathering. My sister sense is tingling.
Hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting.
Okay, hurry it up.
I'm a good girl. Hurry, Mr. B. I can see the angels.
You're telling me to hurry. You go faster. Only someone please never say my sister senses tingling outside this one very specific context. Don't worry, I've never said that before and I probably never will again.
Dancing in the sky.
Oh, Mal. Starting off with suck Adam Faster and then, change it to extract Adam Faster. That's definitely the cleaner version, yes. Well, come on then. Nothing's the no. Stop telling me to hurry when you're the one going slow, child. That's what the apple said to Eve. Yeah, not wrong. Stop calling me a slowpoke. Your first thought was the suck bit, but it didn't sound right in context. No, it really doesn't. I'm glad you realised that. Oh, and here they come again. Oh, look! I need to take you over as a pallet, don't I? Buy you out. In capitalist rapture, everything is the same. Look, my... Yeah, he did just set it off. Nothing really for me to do here, because, you know, I have the camera protect. Oh, look! Guy got through. I was just about to say there's nothing for me to do here, because the security features are killing everything. So I've got an RPG turret, a camera, and there's a machine gun turret around there. It's killing pretty much anything before it can get to me. Loud noises! Yep.
Time to go, Mr. B.
Oh, now you're actually moving with some speed! Oh, please continue at this pace. Or faster. You can go faster. I can keep up. Don't worry, I've got Sports Boost 2. I can move very fast. Saying angels don't wait for slow pokes. I'll sit you on my grenade launcher and I will launch you off of it. I'm sorry, did you just say angels are waiting for our kisses? What even? Stop cowering, it's fine. Move. Move, child. Move. That's why I don't have kids. Don't say I'll sit you on my grenade launcher, that sounds wrong. You're the one. Oh, great. I was going to say you're the one that thought that way, but apparently Mouth thinks the same way. You're both filthy. I'm sorry, did she just eat a rocket to the face? She did. Jeez. And it did not even do that much damage. Stream title: Daddy No. I mean, it goes with the thing of, well, Daddy No. Goes with the theme of, you know, yesterday being Mummy Frida, please don't hurt me. First Mummy Frida no, now Daddy No. Yeah. Oh, what's up?
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B. Angels don't wait for slowpokes.
Oh, you're still following me? I thought you got blown up. Fair enough. Did not work as well then as I thought.
Oh, what I was thinking. Never spliced up once the whole time I was down. Figured it was bad to mix business with pleasure. Forget all the nose candy and floor polish I've been wasting time with. This stuff is the mother's milk.
Yep. And there he's gone Adam's crazy.
No time to wait.
This is what Big Daddies have to deal with, and you're amazed that they just haven't crushed the children. I know, right?
Hurry, Mr.
Stop telling me to hurry, child. Seriously. There. You're safe again. What the...
Time to go, Mr. B.
Did you seriously just follow me? Instead of going for test subject 3. And now you're going back to test subject 3. What on earth?
Dancing in the sky.
And that body is T-posing. Looking more like an angel than the actual thing that she's going to be taken from. I know! This is the third time I've done it, Tenenbaum! What? Perhaps instead of a damage boost and a accuracy or recoil dampener on this, they should have included as an upgrade reload speed increase, because man, it takes ages to reload.
Mr. B. No time to waste. Hurry, Mr. B.
You done? That was easy enough. I hope there's only 3 of these test subjects. I recall there only being 3. I mean, this part of the game wasn't even that much of a challenge on hard mode.
Time to go, Mr. B.
Because by this point, you're just so tanky, and you can get these security systems helping you so much, it's like, I know this was supposed to be a lead up to the final fight and supposed to be challenging, but it's really not.
Dancing in the sky.
I mean, most of the time, a Big Daddy fight itself is more challenging.
Hurry, hurry, Mr. Bubbles.
Come on. Oh, yeah. And again, Grumble's in bad at this game. Like I said, Callie, you're better at other types of game.
Better for the girls to be with you.
Like, if you and I played Civilization together, you would absolutely wipe the floor with me. I have no preconceptions about that. You would absolutely liquefy me.
Time to go, Mr. B.
Don't go in there yet. Open the door first, then you can go away, because I'm pretty sure this is the last door. Better than well be.
Mr. B. No time to waste.
Everyone is good at games, others aren't. Yeah, that's also true. Ow.
Hurry, Mr. Bubbles.
There might be plenty little fucking scrubs and a pencil dishes, but I need more. More! I want a slice! Alright, the splice.
Yep. He's gone absolutely insane.
Fontaine is nearby. You are reaching close now.
Yep. This is the last chance to load up and gear up before the fight. And
Don't
she's
be a slowpoke, Mr.
she's just going in there. She walks in fire. I know, right? I needed to escort her, but apparently she can walk in fire and be fine.
There. You must use the needle of the little sister to drain Fontaine of his Adam. It is the only way to defeat him.
She has no fear. No, she really doesn't.
Stick it in the bad man.
Fontaine waits above. There will be no going back from here. Make sure you are ready to face him before moving on.
To be fair, I probably should pick up some more anti-personnel rounds for this. I mean, I've got plenty of ammo, of money. Oh, I can only get one of them. Fontaine is a phantom Adam. He's about to be, yeah. I've only got $100 left. Oh, okay. Don't think I actually need any more bits of ammo, though. Anything more? Oh, look, the final health and Eve upgrade. And the last Plasmid slot. And I still have 230 Adam left over. Really not bothered. I really don't mind. Alright, here we go. Final boss fight. I say that as if there have been previous boss fights. Well, technically there have been boss fights, but not really. Mal wishes he had $100 because with conversion that's what, 80 to 90 pounds? About that, yeah. It's around about that. Yeah, 80 to 85 I'd say off the top of my head. And hello, Mock. You've come at a very good time. You've come at, the end of the game.
I remember when me and the crowd put you
Finale already.
sub.
Yep. I've sped through this game apparently.
More than two.
You're now unable to save the game in the no-Vita chambers nearby. If you die, you must continue from save progress.
Closest thing I ever had
Oh
to
dear.
a son. And that's why this hurts. Betrayal, kid. Life ain't strictly business.
And it just saves automatically. That was I mean, I can understand why they did it, but that seems a bit jarring. Yep, final boss fight started. Goal completed, find Fontaine.
Go! Go now! Hit
Oh.
him with the needle!
I completely forgot you need to drain the Adam from him first to start the fight. Yeah. Warning, you can't save. Saves for me. He's ugly. He is. This is what happens when you splice up to ungodly levels.
I'm alone in this world. I got more than enough mugs to watch my back while I recharge.
Thing is, to be fair, this does look easy, but he's actually kind of tough on hard mode. Oh, that kind of melted him. That melted him a lot. Oh well. I'm pretty sure that. Yep. Welcome to the end of the game. It seems easy, even easy. Yeah, he's trivial on easy.
I sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head. Now, if you don't have family, I know what is. And now.
Now that's a grim way to die. Sir, kill your crotch, there are children around. Get him, scissors. Now, the pure good ending.
They offered you this city. And you refused it. And what did you do instead?
He deserved it. He did.
What I've come to expect of you. You saved them. You gave them the one thing that was stolen from them. A chance. A chance to learn. To find love.
Wrong hand.
To live. And in the end, what was your reward? You never said. But I think I know. A family.
Wait, they can grow up? Yeah, when you free them of the indoctrination, they can grow up and, you know, become women like that. And there you are. There's the end of Bioshock. Anyway, so it's actually so sweet. It really is. You wouldn't expect it from a game like this, but it's such a sweet and heart-wrenching ending. Right. Okay, now. I have no idea how to do this. You had an ungodly amount of children, all his little sisters. You returned like a man with like 20 daughters. Nice. 2, all the same age. Yeah. Yeah. Bioshock 2 now. Yes. I'm going to try and quit to the main menu. Will that work? I'm trying to get it so that I can, but I don't think I can. I think I've got to, yeah. Stupidly, I now have to basically close down the game like this, and then reload the game. And, you know, select Bioshock 2 at the beginning, which is, you know, silly. Bioshock 2. Start game. Right. Whilst you're doing that, I'm just going to be right back, and it's literally just going to be title credits you'll miss out on. But, you know, take a little break to hydrate. I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. But, you know, hydrate, do whatever it is you'd like to do. And I shall see you in about 5 minutes for the start of Bioshock 2. And enjoy the title card and the menu, I suppose. See you in a bit. Okay, I'm back, and welcome to Bioshock 2. Fine, yes. Yeah, 20 daughters all at the same age. Oh, can you imagine that? Just him on his own, raising 20 girls, because, you know, they're all going to be at that young age. That's hell. Either he's gone through hell raising them all himself, or he's had to pay one hell of a load of child's nursery fees and all that kind of stuff. Right, let me just change a couple of things. Bioshock 2. And Bioshock 2 there. Update. No, I said Bioshock 2. Update. Thank you, Twitch. Okay. They all got educated. The tuition fees, I know, right? Oh. I mean, to be fair, with the amount of money I was picking up in Rapture, he was loaded. But then again, I know, is it special Rapture dollars? You know, I was there, oh, I've got $50,000 here. Sir, this is counterfeit. This is not legal tender. I'm going to have to take you in for questioning, sir. Ah. Yeah, practice is fine. You're new to shooters. You've played other shooters. You've played a lot of shooters. I can only carry 500 at a time, I know. But if, you know, before coming up, it's like, okay, girls, carry as much of this paper as you can. I'll carry 500 and you each carry 500. We'll be set for life. Just do it easy, because, again, I mean, to be fair, this game is actually harder than Bioshock 1, because Bioshock 1 was more exploration, RPG-like, not so much an action game, whereas this game is definitely much more of an action game. I'm just trying to remember all the things from it. I did press X. It's just taking ages. Oh, there we go. 1958, beneath the Atlantic Ocean. Ooh. As far as I recall, this is set before... Yeah, this is set before Bioshock 1. Oh, you actually get a nice... well, we got an intro cutscene for the last game, but you would get another one for this game.
Look, Daddy, it's you. Let's go out to play, Daddy.
Set before doesn't take place in Rapture. Yes, this is still Rapture. It's just, you know, before the events of Bioshock 1. It's got a pop-up. Partner is texting him and seeing it's extremely late. That probably means someone scared her or something wrong. Go for it, Dad. Go and make sure that she's okay. Thanks for coming along as much as you did. I hope you enjoyed. But seriously, definitely go and make sure your partner's okay. She looks so much less grotesque. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, what you'll find out during the game, but is no much of a surprise, is this is the first run of Big Daddies and Little Sisters, whereas the later Big Daddies can, you know, bond and protect any Little Sisters. This was in the times of when one Little Sister gets bonded to one Big Daddy, and the bond between them is inseparable. So canonically, there are Big Sisters in Rapture, but not in 1, basically. Let me know how she wants to know, but yeah, do let me know if she's okay or not, Dad. And if you're okay as well, by extension. But yeah, see you later. Must have been discontinued. To be fair, after what's gone on in this, yeah, it's a bit... How convenient, he got shock, your one weakness, yes. And then, oh look, hypnotized Big Daddy.
This is not your daughter. Do you understand? Her name is Eleanor, and she is mine. Now, kneel, please. Remove your helmet. Take the pistol. Place it against your head. Fire.
That's not Tenenbaum. Get away from our adopted daughter. Yep. Oh, fresh from Bioshock 1, having lost emotional bond to the little sisters, right to that. What a wonderful way to start it. 10 years later. Oh, wait, no. 10 years later, yeah. It starts before the first Bioshock, but takes place after it, I think. So this would put it at 68. So I think this is after Bioshock 1. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
So yeah, set after Bioshock 1. In a completely different part of Rapture. And yes, we're a Big Daddy. And it's a lot more of a action-oriented game, so therefore everything's a lot smoother. Oh, Daddy Moto says that. How long were you dead for? Was that just a dream? No, dead for 10 years. Which, you know, is impressive. I've got to remember, you know, how to control this coming away from Bioshock 1's controls, because they are very different control schemes. How do you get the helmet back on? Much like you are, you're revived in a visitor chamber with everything that you normally have, you're revived as you were before as well. I'm Self from Dragon Ball Z Abridged because I have so many questions! Well, I'm guessing we go to, you know, the only places that are highlighted. Oh no.
Lesson 1, Mop Jockeys. You are under the ocean now. If you feel the soft patter of rain on your hat, you're all fired. Lesson 2. You can jumpstart a dead generator with a direct spark, but clear the guests out of the pool first. Scares these rich pricks to watch a working stiff hurling thunderbolts. You follow me?
Right, let's also look into the options. All the options? Yeah, let's bring that down to... There we are. And gameplay... Big Kate, such a truly character-defining trait. I know, right? Adaptive training off. Dive subtitles on. Art subtitles can off. Crystal arrow. Item shimmer on. Usable object on. Disable voter chambers. Magic can stay like that. Cool. Right, now we're ready to go in. Me and my big drill arm. Again, playing this on hard mode, the best way to go through is the drill. For some weird reason. The drill is by far the best weapon in this game. Press, yeah, I have to press right on the D-pad to use it to heal. Rather than circle. The circle is quick melee. Spencer. Got an Eve hypo. When you run out of Eve, you'll automatically use a hypo to restore it.
Father.
Electrobolt. See, it actually shows it being used this time properly.
such a long time, and Eleanor has missed you. Find her and you'll be all better.
Much less freakier than Bioshock 1.
Daddy!
Are you actually her dad? Did Big Daddy get frisky? No. She's just, you know, the primary... She's the only person I bonded to. Rather than bonding to every little sister who I need to, the first run of Big Daddy's bonded solely to just one single little sister, and she's basically my little sister. But yes, I'm a Big Daddy who can use plasmids. And she just got kidnapped. Yep. Like, yoink, this is mine. "1540. That's not at all cryptic. Dead in the sauna. She could have sauna that coming.
My husband is such a perfect idiot.
I thought the big sisters were just lightning fast. I know, right?
Gene tonics to affect a look of physical fitness. So he'll have an excuse to sit on his rear all day
Shock him and
listening to
clock him.
radio serials. Steven, I tell him, you want to be fit? Come swim laps with me, the old-fashioned way. It's your mind that's atrophying. Maybe I'll start sneaking some brain to his daily.
Now we have power. Lamb is watching.
At last, a signal. You, who are bringing this dead city to life, listen. My name, it is Tannenbaum. I know who you are, and I am in much need of your help. Please, find me in the Atlantic Express train station.
Why even Big Daddy loves dead people's drama. Yeah. She looks different. I mean, this is set... I actually don't know how far after Bioshock 1 this is set. Hang on. So this is 1968. Because it did all, you know, 1958 and then 10 years later. When was Bioshock 1 set? Bioshock is set in 1960. Okay, so what we saw in a flashback was 1958, 2 years before the start of Bioshock 1. So that was before the Splicer Wars tore everything apart, which is why it all looked so, you know, nice before I got killed. And now it's 8 years after the first game, so the original guy's gone. The little sisters have been taken with him, or most of them, and Andrew Ryan is no longer of this world. I thought she would have left as Bioshock 1's main character. Yeah, he could, because this is a different part of Rapture, so Jack couldn't get to all of them.
You shall be raised as I was.
And also Tenenbaum's like, no, I've still got things I need to do back here, so can't come with you. As she returned in those 8 years. I don't think she's ever returned. I don't think anyone's actually ever gone back to Rapture willingly.
Will be difficult, but the price of revolution is always dear. If we are patient with her, Rapture will come to us.
And I'm pretty sure also, like, you know, you can see the graphic. There's only 3 digits for the wallet this time. So I'm... Oh yeah, that's why the drill is considered the best weapon for doing all hard. Because if you do the extended attack, it staggers most of them and just melts their health away.
I haven't had a taste of Adam in weeks. It was a fun night.
This is Dr. Sophia Lamb with a message for the people. Remember, you are not alone. Think of me not as leader, but as mother to the Rapture family.
So Lamb was the blonde cow who told me to commit not alive. Yep, that's Sophia Lamb. That's some intense drilling right there, Daddy. Oh,
I am back in
a
Rapture
moto.
after so many years. The little ones I rescued are grown up, and think of me no more. After what I once did to them, it was a joy to be forgotten. But now, all around the world, children
I mean, there's
vanish
definitely,
by the sea, kidnapped. And
he's
so
very
I
good at making
return
holes bigger.
in
Oh,
fear of
for
what I
God,
already
Mal.
know.
See, the
Someone is making
times is
you
going to
little
be,
ones,
Daddy,
and
no.
doing my work,
Daddy,
my
yes.
sins. Even if I am
There
to
you
die
go.
for it, I must stop them.
I mean, we've still got another hour and 20 minutes left to get through bits of Bioshock 2 as well, so, you know. Rivet gun! I've been wanting to use a rivet gun the whole of Bioshock 1. Because when they did, oh yeah, here you go, you can turn into a big daddy. It's like, will you give me a rivet gun? Maybe. But no. Now I have a rivet gun. Zap you, and then pew pew pew. Only 10 of them did return because kids were being kidnapped. That's good. It is very good. Oh yes, I can also do this and select to use our Eve Hypo or First Aid Kit now, rather than whatever. And yes, it's actually animations for doing so. How are the sound levels for people, by the way? Is it too quiet, or is it still too hot, or is it hot? Loud? Or is it just right?
Barely made it down alive. But here it is.
I'm worried that I have very few
real.
health kits.
Rapture.
Yeah, I've only got the one.
This
So
is
far.
where that thing took my
Also, ew, that Eve Hypo noise.
From what I saw in the sub, most of the city's in ruins.
Yeah, there's a little bit on
There
the
were lights
icky side.
here and there. And shapes moving. I'm rambling, scared, I guess. But maybe
Someone hides scotch in
if I
that.
find this
Why does he get colour? I have no idea. Oh, but look, I'm drunk. I got drunk. Yeah, let me know if you need me to increase or decrease the volume. It's fairly quiet on my end, but then again, my overall volume on the PC is fairly low because I just don't tend to have full health. Full health? My brain. I don't tend to have full volume on anything I do because, you know, even from a young age, I care about my hearing, apart from when I go to concerts. So, Mal. Volume's fine now, I'll see. Cool. Good to hear. So what you're piecing together. Big sisters are kidnapping children and taking them to Rapture. Parents like Mark are going to get their children back, and Sophia Lamb is a bitch. It's not a bad summation. I forget, honestly, a lot of the story details in this, because I have not played this anywhere near as much as Bioshock 1. And I've still played this more than Bioshock Infinite. I don't know. Hi! Her dress is so cute, it really is. I immediately launched into a quote-unquote boss battle. Oh yeah, there she runs off. But as you also probably noticed, I can use a plasmid and a weapon at the same time.
This is Dr. Sophia Lamb with a message for the people.
Big Sister doesn't decide who plays Little Sister, Big Daddy does. Oh, this is going to just be the tone for the rest of the game, isn't it? The arguments between Big Sister and Big Daddy. Oh, all the daddy jokes. All the daddy jokes for the entirety of the time I'm going to be streaming this. I've got no complaints about that, really. money. I never recalled fighting the big sister this early, but you know, as I said, I've just, you know, I've not played this game a lot compared to Bioshock 1, and I've not played it all that much recently. I think I managed to platinum this in one playthrough, maybe two. Wasn't even a daddy joke, that was just familial hierarchy thing. Parents over all the children. This is true. Big sister or little sister, daddy knows best.
I find myself seeking a respite from my vacation.
I know Moto's probably the one that's going to be going mad over listening to things like that, though.
The words dissolve into an endless animal bleat. I found it rapture to be free of law and God, to live among those for whom work is our wage. Yet, when Diane speaks of bearing my child, I am given pause.
Disapproving your motoring. Thought
Thought
so.
Perhaps after the new year.
But to be fair, at the same time, Moto, you are one of the ones who did crack a daddy joke. And it's because of you that the stream title for YouTube purposes is now Daddy No, Daddy No, Daddy Yes. So it's bad topic. Somewhat. But that's at the same time... Yes, but like, depends on the situation. Like, yeah. Yeah, that's about right. Splush. Big sister doesn't care about rapture. But you know, like, oh, you thought that you could use water to kill me. I'm in a diving suit. I am literally in a diving suit all the time, ever. How is that going to stop me? Oh, yeah, I forgot. There's no sprint, but man, do you move slowly in this.
In that suit, even the ocean cannot harm you. This is good. But rapture is the death of many great men. Alone, you will not last long. You can still reach the train station. Find me there.
Yep.
All right, diary. Last entry. Lizzie and I, we found a sphere, and we're going home.
No, you ain't. You're dead.
Is that right, baby?
A 5-ton diving suit with infinite oxygen. Yep.
Oh, I love you. It was you who saved us, Sammy. It was you, Button. What was that? What's that sound?
She's seen us. It's Lamb. Torpedo! Ah, I'm trying to... Ah!
There's a new kind of Big Daddy right there. Throwing explosives all around the place. Gotta love it. Yeah, the other thing is, you know, you can carry a lot less first aid kits and health Eve hypos. So I'm pretty sure I got 5, and that's my limit, rather than, you know, the 9 that you have in the previous game. So yeah, the challenge that's been added in this is mostly combat related, because it's more combat oriented. The game in general, not just the challenge. Honestly, I had more trouble, well, slightly more trouble with this on hard and without Vita Chambers than I did on Bioshock 1. Bioshock 1 is trivial on hard if you're A, good at shooters, and B, you go for a wrench playthrough. 9 is such a weird number. Yeah, it is. Are Big Daddies friendly to other Big Daddies? Generally, they're neutral towards each other until, you know, you try and steal their little sister, then they go out, aggro on you. That is a weird number, 1 away from a nice round number. I know, right? But no, we had to deal with 9. See, she jumped up, turned around, and she didn't do it, but I'm pretty sure that would have been, you know, a middle finger thing. Short. So you're on and off here because RP plus conversation is like, yeah, it's fine, Emoto, don't worry about it. We're out of the first area of Bioshock 2. But everything in Bioshock 2 has been streamlined and made to run better. So I can imagine if they wanted to do a full remaster of Bioshock 1, they would probably use the engine from Bioshock 2. Bioshock 1 would have... I don't think it would have worked so well being done like Bioshock 2, to be fair. Because a lot of it did hang on the fact that it's not meant to be a shooter. You don't just shoot everything around you. You need to use the environment and use other things to your advantage. Whereas this is mostly just shoot them all.
Ah, Herr Delta. You arrive, as the little one said you would. Come upstairs to the ticket booth, and I will offer what I know of you.
Oh, pretty sure that was right in his face with the last one there. Can't get any more Eve hypers. Yeah, 5 is the maximum. I think maybe through Adam you can increase the number you get in total, but I can't recall offhand on that. So look, if I've been here on, if Jack had been here, Big Daddy suits and parts galore. But no, he was looking in all the wrong places. Leadhead Splicer. I mean, he is now. He has a rivet fired into his face. Definitely literal leadhead.
Fucking things never work, never!
Zap. Yeah, but also big sisters. This is also true, yes.
Now to survive are like this. Splicers. They're drug addicts. Vicious animals.
I mean, that wasn't wholly different in the previous one. Oh yes, the remote hack tool. Press R2 to fire it at machines to subvert them to my side. Press X to stop the needle on a green section of the meter. White gives me a nasty shock. I don't like the hacking in this. I just don't. Oh, hang on. Deal with it. Okay, thanks for the information there, Mimoto. Like, it was a clarification mostly to Mal and anyone else in chat to read it. And also Mal saying, yeah, Big Sis is jumping on him, stabbing his face with his blade. Yeah. The end of Ryan is the end of the self. That just fell apart. I forgot that the melee was holding a gun and it does the bonk on it.
Andrew Ryan is dead.
Why is Cletus laughing? Because Cletus doesn't know what's about to happen to him.
We reject the gene. We reject the self. We reject the tyrant. I know you. That symbol on your hand marks you a dead man. 10 years, Subject Delta, since I watched you put a gun to your head and pull the trigger. But take heart. Out of your pain, paradise was born.
I'll come and return the favour and put this against your head and pull the trigger.
But Your suffering is over now. These men will ease your burden.
What symbol? I'm pretty sure the thing on your palm, which is
Like all I have done,
that circular thing.
is an act of love.
It is Sophia Lamb. She has found you.
Oh shit. No shit, Tenenbaum. Back up from the camera, Jake Paul. I think that was a slight glitch. I think it was meant to drop me directly into the water, but instead, no. It was like, oh wait, no, you've got control back. Let's reload. Oh wait, you're supposed to be in the water. Splash. You saw nothing.
Now you know of the enemy we share, Sophia Lamb. The camera in your helmet allows me to watch through your eyes and help you to fight her.
At least this has got, you know, the reasonable explanation of why the person helping me knows everything I'm doing, rather than Atlas just seemed to have some form of clairvoyance. It's like, did you get the thing? Just after I've gotten the thing. Am I done falling? Falls again. It's more comedy than anything. It really, really was. Wonderful things where, you know, the jank and the glitch is actually funny, rather than annoying. In 8 years, her accent has gotten thicker. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, she's had no one else to talk to, so, you know, any Americanisms or stuff that she would have thought of, you know, just gone.
Careful, security cameras belong to Lamb. But if you are clever, they can be made to serve you.
Clever, by which you mean if I can hack them. Also, how much more of a stronger Big Daddy am I? Like, the Big Daddies in, the rosy Big Daddies in Bioshock 1 had 2 hands on the rivet guns. I'm walking around one-handing this thing. That's true. Spend your life around other nationalities, you eventually lose your natural accent, or it gets weaker. Yep. I'm somewhat worried that that's going to happen to me when I move to America. Though, to be fair, I've spent like 3-month stints in America before, just, you know, surrounded by the accent, and my own accent has not gone down at all. Which I'm very thankful for, because I prefer my actual accent over the American accent. Small rivet gun? It could be. It could be a small rivet gun meant to be held in one hand. But at the same time, no, I'm just beefy. I'm the beef daddy. The beef daddy, which has clearly got to be the mother of my Dark Souls 3 character after the last stream. Oh man, that was wrong. Swole goals. Yep.
Father, it's me, Eleanor.
The audio delay
I know you're
really
weak
gets
in
me
there.
on this.
I can feel it. Mother won't be able to toy with you like that ever again. This plasmid is for you. If I'm right, you can use it now. Please, find me.
Telekinesis just gives it to me right off the bat. Pick up big stuff with your mind. Throw it to your enemies. What else do you need to know? Brilliant. After 10 years, she still remembers you. Good on her. I know, right? I caught coffee in midair and then drank it. So now that you think about it, the whole stream thing, like all the stuff I've streamed, is kind of starting to sound like one big low-key screwed up family tree, like weirdly. Oh, it really is. So where's the Doom guy fit into all of this? That's what I want to know. She knows the way. So she's Knuckles then.
With all the can girls. If anybody gets lippy, he's got the bomb.
He's the uncle.
Saved whole kindergarten full of cutesy little brats. And we're happy.
Not what I wanted to pick up. It still did something like... Oh, that was loud. Oh. That was really loud. I have one question. Explosions? Yes. We have become Mr. Torg. Mr. Torg Flexington, to give him his full name.
There would be no rapture without me. No city without the Atlantic Express.
Always the highlight of Borderlands. Which, you know, I realised, like, literally earlier today, I can now play Borderlands 3. Because I couldn't really before because, you know, processor was bad. And now I actually can because my processor is good enough. Can't stream it because something does not want me to be able to stream PC games. I don't know if it's I can't stream recent games, or if it's just I can't stream PC games at all. I just don't know. I really don't know. It could be something as simple as my graphics card can't stream the more recent games, or my processor is only good enough to play the recent games and not to handle the stream at the same time. I don't know. All I know is that I couldn't stream XCOM Chimera Squad, which is a big disappointment. Although I am wanting to look into trying to get another XCOM type game and streaming that. You know, something nice and tactical with a mild challenge to it. Because for me, sounds like I just need to buy it on PS4. That's the problem. Chimera Squad I don't think is on PS4. I think it might be PC only. But I see what you're trying to do there. Stop it. But yeah, I want to find another tactical squad-based shooter that's turn-based, so I could, you know, do the whole tactical thing. The problem is that while yes, Mutant Year Zero did that, I'm not sure it's a good thing for me to keep streaming, because I was getting like...
White is not black, Dr. Lamb.
Mutant Year Zero seems to be difficult for the sake of being difficult, especially with how that tank enemy behaved, you know, stun-locking me, basically.
Rapture is no miracle. It is a product of reason.
You're talking about Borderlands 3? Oh, you're an even worse influence then now. First time playing 2? No. Solid Skull. I've played through and platinumed all 3 of the Bioshocks. This is mostly just playing through again for the sake of viewers to see how the games are, and also because I really enjoyed the entire series. It's a nice way of playing it back to back. Although I am quite rusty at this, and I've probably forgotten a lot of what actually happens in the game.
Take a walk, Andrew. It is raining in Rapture, and you have simply chosen not to notice.
Please don't tell me you felt 2 as the black sheep. Nope. I think Bioshock 2 is a fantastic game. All of the series are worthy of mention. Honestly, for me, the one I enjoyed the least was Infinite, strangely enough. But Bioshock 2 I absolutely do love. That. There's nothing else there. Yeah, Bioshock 2. Bioshock 2 I feel gets a lot of unnecessary hatred. I don't know why. I think it's because people were too used to how Bioshock 1 was, and they didn't want it to be an action game, and Bioshock 2 made it an action game. But the problem is that it still works, even as an action game. This
cornered me and crushed his face. I had a gun.
Oh. I set that up in the wrong
is using
order.
the splicers against you.
Oh well. Like.
Most big daddies are like her slaves, guarding the little ones. But someone has awakened you.
Black sheep means it stands out, doesn't it? Like sounds of the series. Black sheep usually means it's the weak or the bad one in the family.
Yourself,
or evil or despised.
But Eleanor has a destiny.
You loved Infamous, but after playing both 1 and 2 and watching critiques and hours a day's worth, it made me like Infinite less. Personally, I didn't get along with Infinite anywhere near as much as other people did. To me, I think that Infinite would have been helped by not being called Bioshock game, because it didn't feel like Bioshock to me at all. Like, if they called it something completely different, I would have had much more love for it. But calling it Bioshock Infinite makes me compare it to Bioshock 1 and 2, and it doesn't match up with Bioshock 1 and 2 in my own opinion. Moto, I appreciate your RP part for respecting Germany despite its past and acknowledging that Germany tries to learn from its past mistakes, please. Yes, I'm quite happy to see people taking on that mindset that yes, the past is the past, and when someone has made a lot of affirmative action to change perceptions since the past, then yes, that's definitely noteworthy, as is the case in Germany's situation. You went back and replayed the series, and halfway through Infinite you just stopped on seeing the earlier prototypes of the game. I never saw the prototypes of Infinite, I don't think. Or I might have done just forgotten them. But yeah, I finished all 3 of these on the hardest difficulty level, and there really was something about Infinite that just did not click with me. Like, yes, it works better if you have both DLCs, Buried at Sea DLCs. It works better as a game that way, but it still falls kind of flat compared to Bioshock 1 and 2. Let's see, Mal says, Germany, hundreds of years of history, the world, haha, 1940 to 1945, go hate seriously. Germany has progressed so much and knows wrong has happened, and they have fixed that. Or at least they do their best to try and make it right. Yes. Yes, they do. They've done a fantastic amount of progress towards that. And
head for the elevator.
People just, don't really give it the credit it deserves.
You think I was slugging one?
Go on. There we go. Yes, I know, you don't need to keep telling me that. Oh, prototype Infinite looks far better. Really? I can imagine actually. So I can imagine they wanted to go for something that felt more like Bioshock 1 and 2 and changed later on because some critics didn't like it. Callie's favourite is Infinite. Yep. I fully acknowledge the fact that a lot of people love Infinite the best. It just didn't work personally for me, and I still think that it would have been, the game would have been improved massively if it wasn't Bioshock basically. If they didn't call it Bioshock, the game would be infinitely better. That was a pun, I didn't even mean to make it. So yeah, there you go, have a free pun on me. You enjoyed the game more playing 1999 mode, felt more the pace of Bioshock 1. Yes, wholly agreed. 1999 mode is a very, very suitable challenge, and it made it feel a lot like you were playing a game that was more in the vein of the original System Shocks and for Bioshock 1 itself. And 10 has said, always hurts you when people basically apply a stereotype to you who would have been killed literally multiple times back in those times. Like your family and you live safely in Germany because Germany has learned from those mistakes. Germany isn't perfect, no country is, but like acknowledging growth. Exactly, yes. Especially when there are examples out there of countries that have a dark past and haven't done anything to improve it. Or keep doing things to undo any progress that's been made. 1990 mode, more focus on the Vox Populi, and the early enemies idea looks sick. Yeah. Yeah, sadly, a lot of a lot of concepts don't meet with the final rendition of the game, which is a shame. But in some cases, really can't be helped. Tying a whole country with the same brush sips an empire. I know, right? The glory of the British Empire. Shifting. Whoops. One was meant to be an insane toy maker like Sandra Cohen, has steam-powered crabs.
Here is what the children tell me.
Oh, that sounds so good.
You are a very old Big Daddy, bonded for life to a single little one.
But no, we just get
When you are
handyman
apart
instead.
for too long, your body begins to shut down like a coma. As long as the girl is in the rapture, you are trapped here as well. The name of your little one is Eleanor Lamb.
Oh wait, no, she
daughter of
actually is
Sophia.
Lamb's
She is
daughter.
kept at Fontaine Futuristics on the other side of the city. You must go there and save her before it is too late.
Tenenbaum's just encouraging kidnapping at this point in time. Yeah, I'm happy. I'll go along with it. Yeah, you run. Now, what on earth do we do to get past this? I know, we use the same tactic that I used previously. Oh no, we'll just pick him up. Fair enough. Some of the corpse death poses are just hilarious. Wow, something... Broken pistol! Oh yeah, because I'm not going to be allowed to pick up a weapon that uses actual bullets yet. It seems to cover more on slavery, racism, segregation, stereotypes, etc. People have found the theory that the Martyr Booker in Infinite Free of Vox in that one time only game was a prototype game. That actually makes a lot of sense, yeah.
But I'm not satisfied. Yes,
Yeah, I'd quite...
Daddy defends
Yeah,
the
I can see
girl,
that being
but
the case.
he is
So,
programmed only for the fight. Like a
because the
sheepdog
developers of
who
this do
wanders
definitely
off
seem like the
unless
kind
a
to
wolf
at
is
least give a
carrying his
nod
flock.
to the
When no aggressor is present,
to the previous
he
version of
regards
it.
his little sister as he might a common
I hope you haven't missed much.
something
Not a great deal, lad.
something
No, we're in the next area along from where you last saw us. We've picked up telekinesis and had a fight with a big sister, and I'm not sure if you were there to see that, but yeah. So they couldn't make it due to 2K rushing them and hardware limits. Yeah, that's quite possible as well. Sadly, deadline rushing is the death of many concepts.
This is why I must fight Sophia Lamb. She is using the new little ones for something, and I have returned to rescue them. If I do not, more children will die for my sins, and the rapture nightmare will repeat forever. Now, we must talk.
Bioshock Infinite kind of makes the, the rapture thing does happen infinitely, just in different places.
Hides an enemy of the people.
Your father had a nightmare, so he was on a call with her until she felt good enough to try and sleep again, and she also told you she should probably sleep too. I'm glad to hear that she's okay, and yes, it being 3:15 in the morning, you probably should sleep as well, Ed. I mean, I'm only going to be streaming for like another 45 minutes, so anyway.
Please hold back the splicers until we escape.
Can do. Hold up the alarm splicers. Well, let's make this a little easier. Take that, and that can be mine. What's this? you need to take your meds, so you should do so in a moment. Go for it. It's meant to have more semi-open world areas, like 1 and 2 layouts that the skyline connects to everything. Gameplay seems to have more choices, like stopping crowds and starting fights and more. Stairs and powers look more interesting. Yeah, I can definitely see that being more of a thing. You can definitely see in Infinite where they went for the trying to adhere to the concept, and that's where it started off, and things veered away. But sadly, they weren't able to keep to it. Well, that was simple.
Thank you. Now I must leave you, and I am sorry for this.
No, you're not.
But there are others I
Don't
must
lie,
help before the
Tannenbaum.
city
You know
drowns.
that you're not sorry to leave
This man
me.
Sinclair, he is an ally, and will guide you to Eleanor.
Because, you know,
Goodbye, Herr Delta.
I'm just a
Good luck.
brute, aren't I, Tannenbaum?
Well, look at you. A bona fide knight in armor, complete with iron horse. The name's
The
Augustus
telekinesis, they
Sinclair,
showed a bar
sport,
fight with Booker
Esquire.
using it on the gun and shooting the
Old
guys with the gun
Tannenbaum
midair
and I
using
share
telekinesis.
an interest in the old
that would have been
Fontaine
amazing.
building. The very same place you'll find Eleanor Lamb.
Oh.
I think you and I can do business. Take the train to Ryan Amusements. I'll see you shortly.
Probably should stop up on those a bit. I also feel in
Sophia Lamb has
in
taken
Infinite
rapture,
there was the whole
but is
moral choice
responsible for
thing
stealing
lacking.
children
Like you get
from
I
the
think
surface.
one moral choice to
Her
make in the entire
splicers
game, and it
destroyed
doesn't
my
really affect
submersible
anything,
and forced me to
which
run. But
is
the
kind of a
ticket
bit bad
booth
for
here
me.
is secure. And though I cannot trust him, Sinclair is a
Like-
valuable ally.
Quite part of the appeal of Bioshock 1 and 2 is making those moral choices and seeing the effect that it has, even if it's just end game.
Now we will get home.
It really spoke to me when being able to make those choices, but you know, not really existent in Infinite at all. Using Bucking Bronco and luring enemies to a skyline, using Elizabeth to open up a tear with cargo on the skyline, this pushed them off the map. Oh wow! Ken talked about it in a talk 3 years ago. I really should probably look that up. Like I said, I've seen some of the concept of what Bioshock Infinite was going to be, but definitely not to that extent, and not knowing all the things they had planned. But it does make me wonder, what are they going to do with Bioshock now? Like, they've kind of made it with Burial at Sea, that yes, the Bioshock trilogy thing is over, but they could make another thing, but I don't think it's actually going to happen anymore, because 2K have been a bit iffy lately, as far as I recall. Look up Ghost Story on YouTube, and it's the one with the campfire. The most recent video is 50 minutes long. I will very
Whoa
quickly.
there. Now better apply the brakes unless you're aiming to dash yourself against that glacier up ahead.
On YouTube.
As you can see, Chief, the station here's iced over. To reach Eleanor Lamb at Fontaine headquarters, we'll have to clear the way. Now, in order to melt that ice, you'll need a plasmid, like a handful of hell. We used to sell a fine old product called Incinerate in the amusement park up yonder. Go on and find a way in. I've already been on all the rides.
Yep, that's it. Yep, we've got Ghost Story up on my YouTube now, so I can have a look at it after I finish streaming. In that video, Ken states that he is really inspired by Shadow of Mordor system and is thinking of using that. He also talks about game design in the video. Oh. Oh, that's going to be interesting. If used right, the Shadow of Mordor system can work very well, but if used badly, it can flop. Trying to think of a game that... There's a recent game that's quite popular that has a Nemesis system in it, but it didn't work out all that well. Or not for me personally anyway. I really cannot remember. That's it. There you go. Yeah, Mal's come up with it. It was Warframe. Yeah, Warframe with the Kuvaliches. Yeah. Nemesis system, but for the Kuvaliches, yeah, it really did not work out at all well. Like, the concept was there, the concept was really good, but they abandoned it. They just, seemed to drop all production of it when they got to doing their Railjack stuff, which I really don't like. Like, they dropped their development partway through because, ooh, look, new and shiny. But still an immersive sim he's working on. Oh, I would like to see what comes of that. Because like I said, done right, the Nemesis system is very, very good. Been working on the game for 3 years for him and his team, and have yet to see it say anything. Just need to wait and see. Yeah, and have faith in it and hope that it's not going to development hell like Duke Nukem Forever did.
Above all, her intellectual progenitor. Loyal not to her, but to the people she will ultimately save. But I admit, it is with some measure of pride that I review her marks in standard intelligence tests. As an agent of our beliefs, she may surpass even me.
Mal says, it's not an Nemesis system at all. It's a unique enemy that gets stronger the more it kills you. Has almost zero good interactions. It just doesn't feel right. Yeah. That's a very good summation of the Kubelich system. It does, the only one thing that really gains that is like the Nemesis system is that depending on what frame you are when you kill the Lich or create the Lich, depends on what element it has, and then everything else is just randomized because Warframe loves its random. Right, last thing we've heard from Ken is on Twitter a few months ago saying working on it every day. And he has 8th of the Infinite team. Yeah, that will slow down development. And
You're a rare
also,
old
very
model,
sadly,
Alpha
there's
series,
a chance it will just slip under the radar.
Just like you.
Because when you have it coming out, things like, there's the rumours of Mass Effect 4 and Dragon Age 4 going on, then people are going to quite easily miss out on hearing about whatever he's creating with Ghost Team, or Ghost Story. You haven't played Warframe in a year or two, honestly, you haven't missed out on anything good. Like, I quit playing just about the time the Planes of Eidolon were introduced, and I came back earlier this year or maybe late last year, and I've quit again because they seem to have really lost their direction with it. Games should avoid doing what Remnant and Knack did. Oh yeah, coming out at the time of other big releases. Yeah, that's a big thing that they need to avoid, but at the same time you need to balance that with, well, when do you come out versus when your publishers wanting you to finish the game. You quit around the second update for Fortuna, you've probably quit at the best point then, because after that stuff it's just gone quite downhill. Knack 2, baby. I'll be honest, I've never actually played the first Knack. I have not. I've heard a lot of things about it, but I've never actually played it. So I should probably pick that up at some point. Both amazing games, but released at times where much more hyped games were releasing. Remnant with Code Vein, Knack with Bloodborne. Yeah. yeah, that's another thing. Like, this is why I'm worried for November. Like, November this year has so many games being released in it that not all of them are going to make it. Not all of them are going to make it through. And the fact that Cyberpunk 2077 is one of those games is very much scaring me that Cyberpunk is going to get, like, no views and no publicity because everyone else is just wanting everything else over Cyberpunk.
Jam dandy. That'll get you
Especially
in the
seeing
park.
as apparently
But
the new
buying
Halo
an
game is
incinerator's
going to be
gonna
coming out
cost
then.
Adam. It's
And
a
there's
sort of
also
genetic
a
goo that
massive
lets you rewrite whatever
DLC
God
chunk
gave you.
for
The
Destiny
little
2 coming out
systems
at that
carry
time.
stuff, as
Like,
you may recall, so
it's looking
you'll
a
need
lot
to
like it's going to be a
locate one.
lot of competition
I
there.
heard whispering near
But at
the
the very
El
least,
Dorado
there's
Lounge.
not going to be
Have
a
a
Call of
look.
Duty game this year, as far as I've seen. Much loves how kind of kinky roleplay suddenly turned into a convo about German history. Hey, natural progression apparently. You left Warframe and went back to Evolve. Oh, Evolve is another game that I really like the concept of, but I've got this weird thing that I'm not that great with multiplayer-centric games, and Evolve is very multiplayer-centric. So, while I can always choose, for the most part, to play play Warframe in single player, I can't with a lot of other games. So stuff like Evolve, I have to play multiplayer, which kind of turns me away from it. What on earth happened there with you? Flipping all around the place. Marco, it feels like 2077 is going to drown out everything else. Either that or the new Halo. Yeah. Honestly, with the amount of attention and press that Cyberpunk has gotten, it's going to take something very big to drown it out. But with there being Destiny 2 and Halo Infinite on that docket, I'm worried that those could drown it out. You doubt Destiny 2 will get the traction to drown out other games. You say that, but yeah, Destiny 2 has this really weird way of still surviving when it really shouldn't. Only multiplayer game you've played, other than multiplayer campaign games like Dying Light and Borderlands 2 with your girlfriend. I think the only multiplayer game that I've played and had serious amounts of fun with, honestly, was Titanfall 2. For some reason, Titanfall 2 has got very, very good multiplayer. Let's see, Halo in 2077 will definitely be the Titans, because 2077 with the hype and Halo with nostalgia. Yeah. I really hope that Cyberpunk doesn't die down, because otherwise we'll get a situation like we have with Remnant. Remnant's, you know, it's a really good game, but no one has picked it up, so they've not made a huge amount of money from it, and thus we only ever get, you know, we've got 2 DLCs for it. Well, there's 1 DLC, and then there's the DLC coming out next month. Halo demo shown was from 6 months ago apparently, and people are saying it's an early demo or early build. Yeah, that doesn't sound, you know, quite right to me. That sounds kind of shifty. Like, if you're wanting people to be hyped for a game, you make something that is current and is looking as good as it can be, because you want to generate a load of interest. You don't want to say, oh, here's what we had 6 months ago. Like, who cares about 6 months ago? Show me what you have now. So apparently this next one will be the last one. Yeah, it will be.
I couldn't hardly sell off this tourist crap
Didn't know why I
any
did that.
more
Why I
than
was
cost of
switching to
manufacture.
that. Yeah, I am really disappointed that this is going to be finishing off Remnant. But, you know, at least we get an extension on the story. At least we are hopefully going to be getting an ending, and they've acknowledged that it's going to be the end of it, rather than it just gets cut short because low popularity. I hope it gets traction and they see, ooh, this is actually really performing well, see if we can get another DLC in. Either that or get Remnant 2. If they got a second Remnant game, I would also be very happy. Because something like Remnant, it could suffer from getting too many DLCs and just become like, I don't know, a bit weird and people not wanting to play it quite as much. It's something that could possibly fall into that trap. New planets, etc. You know, it's not EA, so it's not £20. It's what, £7? Yeah, £7.19 for a massive content drop. Yeah, it's £7.19, and we're getting 2 new planets, and a chunk of it is story mode. Well, it's all story mode, but also it will include, I believe, adventure mode. So, yeah, that's good. Do I ever play a game that's underrated as hell and wonder why it is? Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah, Matt, as Matt says, like me and him with Remnant, we know why it's underrated, because, you know, it came out at the same time as Code Vein. Code Vein got a lot more hype. But Remnant, honestly, is one of the best Souls-like I've played. Is the dog in the window song? Yep. Yeah, I was commenting when that came up in Bioshock, I think last week when I was playing this, that, you know, this game has really altered the feel of that song, just like Dead Space did for Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Boo. Yeah, I know you were there. I saw your shadow behind me, that was nothing. It's not deserve to be underrated. Yeah, it's very true. But then again, I'm also, me personally, I'm a lover of underrated games. It's not even on purpose, it just seems to happen that a load of underrated games come out, and I pick up on them, and I just seem to adore them. Usually, generally, a lot more than I adore the, you know, the AAA hyped up games. For you, Evolve, Singularity, Prototype 1 and 2, Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Singularity is an incredible game. That game deserves to be so much more popular and widespread than it actually is. It has such a good story. It does the time travel thing really well without it going cheesy. And it's just such a delight to play, start to end. I absolutely love it. I played that game to death. Prototype 1 and 2 as well. Yes, the Prototype games were amazing. Oh, I've got Prototype 1 on my PS3 over in America, and I've been playing it for my fiance to see because it's such a joy to play. Prototype 2, not quite as good as the original, but still really good and still noteworthy. Another semi-quiet game you've played, probably Skyrim. I don't see many people playing it, but he has many versions of it. Oh, Mal. Oh, and Dead Space 3. To be honest, I did not get far into Dead Space 3. I played up to the first fight in it, which is not minutes at all. It's like, it did not feel like Dead Space to me, so I stopped playing it and just never went back to it. Oh my god, I've played it. Yeah, Singularity is amazing. If Singularity was an immersive sim that would be much longer, it would be a masterpiece. Yeah. I would love to see the makers of Singularity go back to it. Make a sequel or remake it from the ground up. Give me another Singularity game, basically. Give me more of that, because it was amazing, and I can find very little fault with the game, apart from it was a bit too short. Oh, Cassie's there? Hello, Cassie.
Until you arrive, Father, I'm trapped here. Smuggling these gifts out is the most I can do to help.
That's slightly less intrusive than in Bioshock 1 with the weird flashbacks. She also tried to talk Are you the only person in your family who knows how Twitch works, Callie?
In ethical psychiatry, we must account for
the TMD was Adam, gunplay was decent. Yeah. Yes, apparently you are the only person in your family who knows how Twitch works. Gotcha. I mean, to be fair though, Cassie is a very, you know, wildlands dwelling creature, so you got to give that to her.
I waited until Mom was gone and went out to find one. And guess what? The dog eaters wear human skin.
You will not attack me. Yeah. It's like I've never played this before. Of course I know what a Big Daddy is. Mal doesn't play many quiet games, to be fair, though, since you tend to learn about them when other people play them, and that's usually popular games. That's wholly fair. I used to know a lot more about quiet games because I used to work at Game, so I'd see all of the games that were coming out and being played, and it would be basically, I would just judge them based on my own interest to it, rather than what was popular and what was getting the most reviews.
Now that Big Daddy won't bite until
Feral Weekend.
But to get to Lil Sis,
Don't get bit.
you gotta put
I don't
the
know.
old
I think
boy
there might be
down
some,
for
you know,
good.
some sort of sibling immunity there. Ouch. That's not all the damage I'm doing. And this is with a damage upgrade. Screw you, Switch. Yeah. Bonk. Bonk. Come on. Come on, die that. You've got no health. There we go.
Take a breath, son. You did it. Now, just let her ride on your shoulders.
Rivet gun doesn't do much. I
she'll
know,
trust
even with
you
the damage
like her
upgrade, it's
own
really not that
daddy.
good of a gun. It really is. Oh, that's why I should have been using heavy rivets.
Daddy, are you taking
Adopt.
me home?
Yep.
We're in business. Now, there are corpses all over Rapture, and little Dimples there can sniff out the atom on them. Find one.
The child Dimples. What on earth? She had equal dimples. Yeah, the little sisters are a lot better rendered in this.
Dress, all alone. I approached her, praying that it was my little girl. But she was gorging herself.
He called her Dimples.
Corpse. It wasn't her. I stared, just reeling.
Oh.
And that skinny
Having proud father moment.
took Cindy, jumped me, shrieking like an animal. I escaped, but could Cindy?
Oh, ride that train, Mal. Ride the train of having a proud father moment.
I've got to find her now more than ever.
Right. Okay, lead me to one of these things is.
Smell the atom, Daddy? Over there.
No, I can't smell the Adam. I recommend Spider-Man Web of Shadows. It's like DMC, open world, very fast-paced gameplay and movement, 2 combat styles, black suit and classic suit. Ooh. I might have a look into that. In truth, I have not really ever looked into a Spider-Man
She's
game
got a
because
juicy one, but when she
until
starts
the most
draining out the
recent
atom, the
Spider-Man
Splicers
iteration
will come
with
running. Be ready before
Tom
you set
Holland,
her down
I've
on
never
that
really
body.
been into Spider-Man. I've never been in him as a comic in the comics or in movies. So as a result, when Spider-Man, Spider-Man games come out, my reaction has been largely, it's Spider-Man. Why would I like it? But I probably should have a look at Web of Shadows if you're recommending it. I'll see if I can find it somewhere. Ground, air, and wall combat. Ooh, that's nice and intuitive.
Just put her right down on that corpse.
I know, Sinclair. I'm arming up, okay? Mal does a lot with characters that you find cute. You basically adopt them and become very fatherly in terms of attitude. Welcome to what me and Ten do. If you want the convincing look up, white light or purpose, left rabbit holes. Okay. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. Yeah, might as well. At the very least, it's helping eat into this huge amount of money that I have. Yeah, I'm okay with height darts. There we are, Emoto adopting intensifies. Search. Steal the money. Gather Adam. Rabbit has made like 40-minute video on making Prototype 3. Oh!
That is a child of the family. Not a toy for you to exploit and discard. It is fitting that you expire here. One more forgotten curio in Ryan's shrine to the self.
Rabbit. on the story and gameplay, it made me like the second story more too. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I was a bit iffy about the story prototype 2. I wasn't quite sure what to feel about it. But if they're going to, if they're going to have enhanced it a lot more, then that's definitely good in my view. Would I call Infamous Second Son a quiet game? No, it gets a lot of hate, but you can't recall if it got a lot of hype. As far as I know with the Infamous series, it's very much a thing of like, it's got a devout following, but outside of that following, it's not really known all that much. So yeah, I'd say it's probably a decent one to call a quiet game. I mean, I like Second Son as well. One thing I never did though, I never bought the first one. Never bought Infamous First Light. Alrighty, I don't think that's even the first one, but yeah, I never bought that.
You know the stakes, son. But a plasmid costs a bit more atom yet. Keep it up.
Infamous series is a masterpiece. Yes. Yes, I definitely agree. I think it's actually more than just those two games. Like there's other games in the series as well. They're just, you know, harder to find and get a hold of. Because they did not get a lot of press as far as I remember. Infamous Second Son hits right in the feels. You never played the first game and played Second Son. See, I can't remember if First Light is actually the second one or if it's just, you know, put as the sort of like a DLC but set in the past sort of thing. But it's basically, it focuses on the woman in Second Son who uses the neon energy. You get to play as her.
Told you about this one. Make him listen.
I could have sworn I saw a Splicer down there as well. No. But yeah, Second Son got a lot of hate because of natives not being actual natives, blah blah blah. Same type of crap that's happening with the Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. Sadly, when it comes to games, people will find pretty much anything they can to try and disparage it and knock it down a few pegs, because there's still a massive hate on for the gaming community as a whole. And the fact that, you know, there's a lot of toxic gamers out there who are, you know, just promoting that sort of stereotype, it does not help at all. 50 caliber, what's this? Death in a metal casing. Pretty much. Staff only, but I want that plasmid! Don't go with me, staff only. I'm staff. I guarantee you I'm staff. Toxic gamers, elitists and blind haters, they all make the community look bad. Yeah, fully agreed. And also gatekeepers. Only somehow the only works in the tale of two waifus. True. Yeah, the Outer Worlds having the ability to talk your way into and out of everything was so nice. And also, some really good news. I don't know if you saw it when I told you, Emoto, but for everyone else, there is DLC coming out in September for the Outer Worlds, which is going to be adding at least a whole new planet. So I'm massively looking forward to that. And Rabbit Holes came up with the idea that Alex Mercer's personality was split in the first game. I am more than human, but also something less. It's a look into not only how he views himself, but his morality. That he wants to abuse his power for himself, yet feels cursed with it. So there are two Alex Mercers, one on each half of the quote. That's in the second game, that Alex is the evil Alex. Ah! That's... Yeah. Yeah, that was one of my main issues with it. It was like, wait, Alex Mercer was evil, but I played him kind of trying to do, you know, the good thing for everyone. Why have you turned him evil? So to hear that, that it's very possible that it was a two-sided thing. Yeah, I definitely like that. Mal, if the DLC doesn't let you take your old save through, would you create a new save? And if so, would I use new companions? Well, I would have to create a new save. Yes, because I don't think I've got any saves before that time. So I would have to if it doesn't let me take it through.
What was yours is ours. We are a state. We are gone.
As for using new companions, no. I would not. I was doing a second playthrough, kind of in the background of part of my first playthrough, where I was getting all the other trophies, and part of that included using up all of the companions. None of them are anywhere near as good in characterful as Parvati and Ellie. Actually, Nyoka is quite close to it. Everyone else is kind of meh. Like, Felix is an absolute idiot. Sam just quotes things from his manufacturer. But yeah. But Nyoka is mostly full of, being drunk and regretting things, whereas Ellie and Parvati actually felt like they have some character and depth to them. Let's see. Emoto's going to be right back. Needs to sacrifice his soul to the gods of coffee. I do not. I've had a cup and a half of really ultra strong coffee, so I'm nicely awake. Let's see. Solid Skull says he blew himself up in the first game. Why wouldn't his biomass reach more creatures besides one bird? That's very true. Yeah, like, his biomass was a lot more potent than it possibly gives credit to. So, yeah, why wouldn't that be a thing? Ed's going to go to bed now. You've got some stuff you need to do tomorrow. Okay, good night, Ed. Thank you very much for coming along. I hope you've enjoyed. And get some good sleep, my friend. Or at least you're going to take your meds and lay in bed. Mal likes games that have internal struggles. Your favourite is probably Beyond Two Souls. I have not played that, but I have it. So, one thing with Beyond Two Souls, it's made by the same people who did Heavy Rain and also Detroit Become Human. If you like their games, definitely get Detroit Beyond Human. It's incredible. I cannot recommend Detroit high enough. It is just that good. Oncon, why not use the dumbass? Because if I'm going to be doing another playthrough of the Outer Worlds, I'm doing it with low intelligence, so I can get the dumb options. There doesn't need to be two dumb people in the party. You felt the Outer Worlds was way too short, and that after the first planet it fell for you. When that last mission came up, you were like, wait, that's it already? Yeah, I streamed the Outer Worlds from start to end. I enjoyed it the whole way through. I absolutely loved it. But yeah, it did fall down being a bit too short, especially when I got partway through and just started focusing more on story and less on the side missions. Man, did the playtime of it drop. So I started doing a few more side missions just to make up for it. You have the choice, you need to actually complete it. I definitely suggest you do so now. I adore it. I played it absolutely to death. And the wonderful thing is that when you complete a certain part of it and you look at your the choices that you made, you can compare it to your friends. So you get to see what choices you made versus what choices your friends made. Now obviously mine will differ slightly because I went back and did pretty much every single choice imaginable because I platinumed it, because I started playing it, it's like, I am not stopping playing this. Mantipedes. Shush you and your mantipedes talk. You felt Detroit didn't touch on AI. You could copy the same story more or less with regular humans.
Right, Chief, we've almost
True,
got enough
yes,
Adam now.
it did.
To get the rest,
it did go
you'll
too
have
much
to take
into
care of that
the
little sister.
being
There should be
too
one
close
of
to
the air vents
humans
they
because
favor in the
you never
workshop.
really
Bring her down there.
you never really had a choice to stay, not breaking your programming. Every character had to break their programming. Or, you know, you had the one obedient type, but he was the latest in the product line, so he wasn't quite true to the AI side of things. But it did touch on a lot of stuff about slavery, subservience, and all that, and to an extent, many ways that we look at robotics even now. Mal says, it becomes very short when you have a perfectly ignored arm and headshot and use a weapon that melts everything. Yes. Detroit had issues. I mean, spoilers. No spoilers. I tried to keep that as spoiler free, but you know, that has not been a major spoiler to it whatsoever. And to be fair, the way you can play it will change it enormously. Detroit had issues. It did, but at the same time, it's a whole different take on gaming as a whole, and B, the studio is getting better with every game they make. Like, they started off with Omicron: The Nomad Soul, which really, you know, good in ways, but kind of fell flat. Then they went to Fahrenheit, which that was really good, but again, it was mostly sleepery because not many people wanted to pick up and play it. Then there was Heavy Rain, which got a lot more popularity. Beyond Two Souls, again, even more popularity, and then Detroit. And so, yeah, they're making progress and they're improving, but they are working within a genre that isn't really picked up by other studios, and it's not really being done. So they're kind of feeling in the dark around with a lot of what they're doing with it.
Rapture is a paradise of the ego, Eleanor. Under Ryan, the voices of an entire...
See, it touched on human themes of segregation, racism. Actually, was a story more or less on racism, but robots. Yeah, true. It very much does show, like, you know, the difference between robots and humans and how they're perceived. Didn't focus on AI issues, what they take over, outpass humans, etc. Still an amazing game. Oh yeah, still a very amazing game. It could have taken a completely different route, but in a way, it was still really good. I would still heavily recommend it. Love you too, Callie. Have fun with Cassie. I mean, honestly, I'm about to wrap the stream up anyway. But yeah, hope you have fun with the weekend with her. Moto, it tried to do a thing, but when you go deeper into stuff, it kind of goes, yeah. Got a bunch of things that didn't really work with Detroit. See, I thought that what they were going for, like, it could have gone really badly. It could have easily just flopped. But I really enjoyed it, like, start to finish. The fact that there are so many different ways you can go in the game, and it's not one of those games where you're given the illusion of choice. Like, you know, with, like, say, certain Telltale games, yes, you have different choices you can make throughout the game, but in the end, it still leads to the same point at the end. Like, the choices you make, objectively, in the end, don't actually matter. Whereas Detroit, all the choices you make do matter, do have a very profound difference on it, and can change the sway of the game immensely. It's better than anything EA has made since 2013. Very true. Very, very true with EA. Mal likes that about Detroit because those are easy to think about issues, because that's what everyone talks about. What if robots take over? This struggles with the question of at what point does something with sentience deserve rights? Because I'd say these androids do have a high level of sentience for robotics. That's very true. The fact that they have, you know, the ability to basically, they have the ability to have free will. They've just got programming in place to stop it. It's definitely interesting. It's definitely something you can really, like, you can sit and analyze it for days and days, weeks even, and you could pull out a lot of comparisons between real life and it. Emoto, from what you've heard, Detroit shouldn't have tried to make itself about race, like sentience and what that is, where it starts and ends, but sure. But race is like, eh.
Now,
Yeah,
would
it
have
would.
you turn that sister
It
human
did
again.
focus probably a
You'll
little
get
too
just
heavily
enough
on
Adam
just
for our
being,
purposes, and
just
the
treating
girls are likely to try to
the
repay
androids
you
as basically
somehow.
a different race.
But Rapture's a high-stakes town, son, and she is a
But
jackpot.
But
You just
basically,
have to
yeah,
be
it
willing
did serve
to
as
take
a
it
bit
all.
too much of just an
You'll
analogy of
harvest more Adam
racism.
than the price of one plasmid, so the rest
But
is
it did
gravy.
also, at the same
Think
time,
about
give
it. Down here, it's your
a different view of the
survival
things
or hers.
like Mal said earlier. It's not the usual thing of like, oh, what happens if AI becomes prevalent? It will take over and it will destroy mankind. Whereas Detroit was very much, yes, AI is a thing. It's very prevalent. But look, we haven't been taken over. In fact, we've made it subservient. And look what's happened because of treating it like slaves. It rebels. It happens. This is what happens when you create something intended to be a slave, and it just, turns on you. Let's see. Games will always be hit and miss when a dev tries to bring real life issues in. That's also very true. It can fall very much into a pit stop of being, well, into just a pit of being too political, and it just takes away the enjoyment of it. Like for me personally, the Deus Ex games are way too political and way too conspiracy theory like for me to actually enjoy them. It's like, I see people giving conspiracy theories on a daily basis around the internet. I don't want that in a game that's supposed to be for my enjoyment. Let's see. You do like the sentience theme. That's unique and actually touches on the fear of AI. Yeah, it didn't focus on those themes, but race. Agreed, yes. It focused on the themes of AI and sentience a lot more than other games did, or have done. But yet at the same time, it still falls flat because of that. Mal has not reached very far into the game. You don't think you've gotten any themes of race yet, since right now it's very sentience themed. The race thing does come into it a lot later, but there is very much, if you look at it and you basically, if you change out basically, take out robots and putting in people of a different race, very little about the game actually changes. You've got no problems with themes about race, but this shouldn't be about a race. Yes,
Personally, I call that a liability.
it comes down to much of
you
it. It could
have
easily just be
enough Adam
subjugated for just
Head to
being
the
a different
hall of
race.
the future
Sorry,
and splice
substituted,
up
not
with
subjugated.
Incinerate.
But yeah, substituted for a different race, for being of a different race rather than AI and sentience and all that. See why they're androids. It's not a separate race to humans. Yeah, precisely that. It's treated too much as if androids are being seen as just a different race of humans, when they're not. It could have been easily done as something about AI sentience and what place that actually has in society and what happens when you push it a lot. And it does touch on those themes. It just becomes a bit too much about what if it just goes too much about racism really. Most says, I mean, don't get me wrong, you're all for exploring the AI sentience thing, furiously pointing at Annie. So, like, you're all for exploring race and culture, all for that sort of thing, but, like, those topics don't exactly mix. Yes. And sadly, where they couldn't both occupy the central theme, so one thing had to be touched on more than the other, and unfortunately, the one thing that got touched on more was race over AI sentience, which is a shame. It's probably one of the only or just the biggest letdowns of Detroit. It is like some meta commentary, probably designed to be like, well, these are the struggles we deal with in real life, but with X race. Very odd. Yeah, that is very much how it is. If they change some like dialogue with characters talking about how as a robot with sentience they're self-aware of humans' fear, sympathy and empathy with a robot would add complexity, yet the lines deliver it like a Martin Luther King speech. Yeah. Yeah, it does seem to be very much like you'll get to this point in it, Mal, but there is a part of it which does very much feel like it's a civil rights movement for race rather than very much like that rather than being about the AI and the sentience aspect. Even using Martin Luther's speech, I wondered if they had done. It did feel very much like that. It's not too odds. Anything seeking rebellion will seek like-minded individuals. Yeah. But yeah, the game was basically a huge analogy for racism, which, you know, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing. It's very good for it to, you know, to be bringing it to the table of discussion. But the fact that it was trying to do that through the medium of androids, probably not the best of ideas. It could have worked so much better if it was just about the robots and, you know, AI and sentience and all that. Let's get the increase. Most says, I really wish that some like workable concept of AI that you could get into. You kind of had to make up your own version for Arnie and explaining how and why he works the way he does. The game dev over here is only someone read this. Please make that sort of thing for you. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I always think about AI is that, and Detroit honestly helped me with seeing that side of it, is AI in my experience and my thoughts isn't something to be feared of, and it's not to treat like a Terminator kind of scenario. It's not like, yo, AI gains sentience, that's it, the human race is completely, you know, screwed because we'll be seen as irrelevant or something like that. I'm wanting to believe more that an AI would see humanity as being, you know, humans, but it would also have a look at how it was treated by humans, and all these things like, you know, you see a popular around. I made an AI sit through 1,000 hours of Trump speeches and then force it to make its own one. Like, that's not even research. That's just playing around with what an AI is capable of, and, you know, almost kind of like slave labor at that point. Mal says racism in games and politics in games isn't explored very often because that's what we try to escape from. You're glad there are games that touch on it, though. Yes. Oddly enough, Bioshock Infinite also touches on race, which again, not a bad thing. It does bring it very much to the central thing of it's bringing it to the table of discussion in a way that it's there, it's in your face, it makes you feel uncomfortable that it's there because it should, because it is taking things from a time where what was said and done in the games was, you know, it was okay. It was considered to be absolutely okay and perfectly normal, and that should be disturbing. And Bioshock Infinite pulled it off in a way that, yes, it was disturbing. Let's see, Mel also says, humanity is a massive threat to anything. Look at human history and what we can easily make extinct. The AI would fear that. Yes, the AI would fear that, but also see, like, you know, the way that AI has been treated. It's like, in some ways, they experimented with AI and see how it learns, and, you know, that's generally a positive thing, because, you know, seeing AI learn and how it learns is a very, very good thing. But also at the same time, pushing that too far is a bit down the other route that's just not okay. Let's see, Dishonored Skull says, don't mind politics in games, as long as it's within games of those politics. For example, Andrew Ryan. His set of ideas and agenda is out of the norm, but what most people think and the game's built on, and that hell Rapture was built on it. Yes. Yeah, that's... So if the politics and stuff is based on the game world, and the game world is inherently at least somewhat fictional, that's fine. That works for me perfectly. But a game like Deus Ex, where, well, the recent Deus Exes, where, and actually no, to be fair, the other Deus Exes, the original ones, where it's basically, it's like, it's in the future, but the world is still mostly the same, and at the same time, oh look, here's all the conspiracy theory stuff. Like, I don't really want to be thinking about that, because I deal with that enough in the real world, and I don't want to. I want my fun game time to be fun and full of games. What's that from? Andrew Ryan's capitalism with a fancy title. Very much. Andrew Ryan is capitalism with a fancy title and with very overly lofty ideas of himself, which is very dangerous. Mal said, "Oh my god, just had a thought. AI pleasure bots gaining sentience." Yeah, and then Emote is saying that's Annie. Yeah, that very much is. Yeah, that would also be a scary thing, because that will then touch on that actually very effectively touches on what's known as the Lucifer Effect. Takes someone's belief of responsibility away, and the things they become capable of are inherently really, really scary. You don't like politics, you don't enjoy political intrigue, tough shit, this is Dragon Age Inquisition, you will go to Orlais. Yeah, but at least the political intrigue and stuff in that is very much in-universe.
So,
although, I have to confess that the whole leaning on the religion thing in the whole Dragon Age series has and always will make me very uncomfortable. I do not like the chantry in Dragon Age Inquisition or in the Dragon Age series at all. I never will. I almost always refuse to side with the chantry on any matters whatsoever, unless it's for an achievement.
We lost another of the
You didn't hear half of my statement because boom boom pew pew.
Somewhere outside the city limits, he simply vanished.
Yeah, okay, sorry about that. And I've completely forgotten where I was going with my statement. Give me a health upgrade. Oh, I can leave Blink as well.
The lab aides are starting to call them big daddies.
Where the accent is almost as thick as the women. Yeah, the boom boom pew pew was very loud. It really was. I don't know what's going on with this. Like, in some ways the sound effects are way too much, and in other ways they're really quiet, so I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with this game's sound editing. You will never sign with the Chantry as it's a leaderless faction gasping for abandoning its followers. Lucifer thing. Ah, right. So, the Lucifer Effect, and I've actually just realised the time. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save my game here, and the stream is going to effectively be ending, but with a slight talk about the Lucifer Effect first off. There we go, game saved. Right, so, Lucifer Effect. This is something that I studied when I was studying myself when I studied psychology, way back in the past, back when I was actually still of school age. But the Lucifer Effect is essentially, if you remove all responsibility from someone, humans in general act bad. Like they become really bad, nasty people. For example, internet trolls. Because the internet has this whole mask of anonymity, people will generally act bad towards other people on the internet because there's no way to track them down. There's no way to make them responsible for their actions. That's the general perception. If you don't feel responsible for your actions, essentially you feel free to do whatever you like, thereby you will do what feels the best, and usually what feels the best is doing the evil things. Like, it's also the basis of the Purge movies. You're not going to be held responsible for anything you do during Purge night, so that's why so many people go out and do debauchery, acts of violence, senseless violence, killing, racist killings, all that kind of stuff, because there's not going to be any ramifications for what they've done, because that's the whole purpose of it. So the whole thing about having like a pleasure robot or a pleasure AI and it gaining sentience, well, initially people are going to be treating them with not being responsible for anything they've done to it. So by nature of humans, sex can get violent, sex can get angry because it's a very base primal thing. It's tapping very much into the base things of human psyche. And when you start exploring that, that's where you also start linking up, the basic needs of humanity, which is generally to eat, to reproduce, and to, well, sometimes commit violence. Because there's violence acts of an aggression. Generally, the violence is for territorial purposes, but once you start delving into one, the others come to light. So with a AI pleasure bot, they will likely see that coming out, because it's a pleasure bot. It's not going to react. It's not going to have any sentience. I don't have to feel bad about what I'm doing to it. Thus, I will do to it what I can't do to people. That then gains sentience, and remembers all the stuff they've done. It's like, oh my god, humans are awful. Even especially doing in an act that's supposed to be all about love and consummating someone's love and all that, which in turn would affect a very negative opinion of humanity, especially when it's humanity when they are taken away from all public responsibility. Right, let's catch up on some of the chat before I go. I would actually like Infinite more if it touched on racism. Going across a YouTuber with a game that presents its populace as racist, they never use any words like the N-word. It doesn't provide a sense of realism in the game. If this is a major idea for Comstock, that's true. The only times you actually see racism in Infinite is it's very rarely touched on and hinted at. It's very much hinted at that there's racism prevalent in Colombia, whereas it's kind of like hinting at that it is the height of racism, but without actually having the height of racism. So I'm very certain. I'm very certain that they dumbed that down. They dumbed that down so that they wouldn't get the game basically completely pulled from sale. It's one of those things that it should be. It should have been touched on a lot more than it was if they wanted to make it more of a thing, but they didn't. Oh, wonderful. Getting towards the end of it, and we get a bot to block and ban. Yay! Right. There should be a place for safety for sort of refugees. Yeah, it should be. It just didn't turn into it. No consequences. You push the boundaries, see what you can get away with. Exactly. Like they also did a study of a classroom of children. Before they went out to play, they had the children all put on masks, so it completely hid their features. And then they were sent out to play, and they were beastly towards each other. They beat each other up, play rough, pulling hair, throwing things at each other, beating them up. It's awful. Absolutely awful. Send them out to play again, without the masks. They were nice and kind to each other. Because, again, responsibility. Emoto has a literal plot line about Annie confronting a person doing that thing, like word for word. Is Malk her writer? No, sadly, I'm not her writer. She can write amazingly, completely in absence of me. I used to be a writer, but I gave that up. In the prototype version of Infinite, racism seemed to be the major theme. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of hints towards it, and there's a lot of leanings in that direction of partially acknowledging it, but it doesn't quite pull on its strings enough for it to pull it into the main light. It's mostly sort of like you are fighting against the person who has made racism okay, but we're not going to show you any of the instances of racism being okay because major game developer doesn't want to tarnish their name and they don't want to risk it. And yes, managed to ban a bot. Alright, so with that little educational piece about the Lucifer Effect. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Dishonored. It's very much appreciated. Hard to make a racist game without the devs being called racist. Exactly, that's another problem, Mal. You're going to go to bed now, Dishonored? Yes, I'm probably going to do the same because it's 4:10 in the morning here. So with that, that's the end of the stream. Thank you all very much for coming along and watching. We've done some really good progress. We finished Bioshock 1. We've gotten a little bit of the way into Bioshock 2. Thank you always for your support in terms of following, sharing this stream, and just interacting and having fun with it. I'm glad that you've all had as much fun as I am with the series, and I'm continuing to do so. The next stream I'm going to be doing is in about 12 hours from now, when me and Mal will be doing co-op Bloodborne. And as having been discussed earlier, it's going to have to go back to basics for that stream, because it's pretty much the only way that we're going to be able to do stuff without a stream delay messing things up. And then after that, for 3 hours, there's going to be Dishonored, resuming Dishonored for 3 hours. So yeah, until then, thank you all very much for coming along, and I'm hopeful that you had as much fun as I did throughout all this. Until the next time though, stay safe, have a good evening, day, night, morning, whatever it is for you. See you later.